I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Wisconsin, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
I'm Doug Russell. We start at American Family Field, where it was a laugher and a get-right game for one of the Brewers' best players. Home cooking is maybe what Bryce Terang needed. He had been hitless in his last 21 at-bats heading into Monday night.
Fly ball to center. It's back, and it's over there. Heather Cox. Here comes Terang. Churio scores. Terang will stop at third.
I felt like I was a click away, and the balls I did hit hard were just right to him. So you just control what I can control, and having quality at bats.
Terang got a ton of help from his teammates. The final score 16-2. The Brewers hammer the Giants. Same two teams again tonight. And the Milwaukee Panthers baseball Cinderella postseason run is over. They lose to Auburn in the NCAA tournament regional final last night, 8-3. The Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Diller, for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200, yes. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red, right, 18, Bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here and try to run this play in the alley.
We're going to tackle what we got to do. All right? That's all the ball got to do. Let's go out and kick the tape. All right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Get out now, and make the play. Be right, all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
Welcome aboard. It's the Tuesday edition of the Huddle, broadcasting live from headquarters on 920 in Milwaukee, 1070 in Madison, everywhere on the iHeart app, and streaming live for your early risers, insomniacs, and just sociopaths on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Drew Olson here, joined by Billy Schmid, and we're laughing because we're sharing the pain that Armen Sarian is feeling after being hacked on X.
I've been hacked, guys. Yeah, are we on X? I don't know. I can't see.
We are.
I can't get on.
We are.
Well, someone can get on.
We're not handing out Maybachs and crypto.
Yeah,
signing MacBooks.
Just so everybody knows, this is me. I am Armen. I've been hacked on Twitter, okay? I am not the crypto king, okay? I did not buy a brand new Maybach, okay? My last tweet,
Maybach.
Is it Maybach? I don't know how to pronounce this. It's stupid cars that cost as much of a house as a house. Yeah, that was definitely not me. And whatever dork nerd out there that thought it was funny and got into my account and is tweeting people that I'm like into crypto and the crypto king. I'm not. My last tweet was literally like, where can I find the cheapest soda in town? So I know nobody really believes it. I hope not, but I am not hacked. I am hacked. I have been hacked on Twitter. This is the real me, okay? Just so you know.
had a good day yesterday.
I did not have a good day. I'm still not into the account. It's been a frustrating experience. I am not O'Brien, as George Costanza once said.
Beyond thankful for the season of life. Crypto has played a big role in helping me achieve my goals I once prayed for. All glory to God and much appreciation to my coach who made this all possible. If you're interested in learning more about crypto, great place to start by following me. Now, Drew, as this happens, there's a lot of different ways that you can respond while a friend is in peril.
Yeah.
And a friend is in need, and you can see that this is happening. All I could say is, dude, why didn't you put me on the crypto game earlier? We could have all been making way more money.
We choose to help by ridiculing.
By ridiculing and laughing and asking, when did you change your password from password with a lowercase p to a password with a uppercase P to get hacked? This is a tough scene. I just want you to know, better men than you with different accounts have gotten hacked, Armen.
Yeah, and more important accounts. Let's be quite honest.
I don't know about that for the Wisconsin sports fan with 138.6 thousand posts on your X account.
I have been spending years building this up with mediocre takes, trying to build up this account and all to see what do they hope to be getting from my account. And Bill, you brought that up, and it's a great point. I mean, they must have looked in this thing and said, wow, what a waste of time. We can give this guy this account back just through pity.
Oh, can you imagine that ransom letter?
Oh.
We're demanding $500 in cash.
But you guys made me laugh.
I got $500 in Monopoly money, guy. There's no chance you're getting anything out of this wallet.
I appreciate it because I'm telling you, it's a weird feeling at first because you feel compromised and you feel kind of like
violated.
Mm-hmm. And then you take stock of it soon and you say, why am I really that upset about this? There's many more disasters in life. I don't make my livelihood from this account or anything. I don't make any money. And why do I care so much? But it is a weird feeling.
But it's akin to losing your wallet and having to cancel credit cards.
Oh, yeah.
And do stuff like that. Or, getting that ripped off. Or I guess the equivalent of that in my youth was when I lived and didn't have a garage. And would come out in the morning to this vent window smashed and people rummaging through your car. And when there's nothing in there, I learned early on, don't leave anything in your car.
Right. Not even a quarter
visible.
at that point because you know something's going to go.
It made me feel, all of a sudden makes you fear everything.
That happened to me a couple of times. And it's like, yeah, you feel violated. It's a pain in the ass. Got to, go get the window fixed. And like, hey, go rob somebody who's rich. Don't rob me.
Don't take this broken computer that I've been taking to class for the last 5.5 years. Because I think everybody in this room has caught that one time. Now we're all us on this side of the glass are hoping we're not on this game. We're hoping that we're not into the hack game because this does seem like an absolute headache, a pain in the rear.
Oh.
But the best part of this is you get a real social experiment on some of your closest friends.
That's a great point,
because
Billy.
you get a much to do about nothing problem outside of just like the general pain in the butt, knowing that at some point you'll get it back. It's going to take much longer than you think.
Yeah.
Right. Like this is going to take
frustrating part, right?
This is going to take, I'm going to set this expectation, probably a couple of weeks, if not maybe a month. Like this is going to be a little bit of a process for you. And we feel bad for it. However, there are going to be the friends of yours that say, hey man, So how do I do this? How do I get into this crypto? How do I you get to know how many friends buy whatever they're trying to sell, or also the friends that just come back with this might be the worst thing that's ever happened, Armen. If there's anything we can do, if we can bring a dinner over, if we can make a frozen lasagna and put it in the freezer just so you guys don't have to think about it, just let us know and we're going to be there.
I do want to thank, there were a couple of our listeners, our friends that, contacted me in different ways, said, well, is there anything I can do? And like making sure that it was me. Yes, it was me hacked. I am hacked. I am not actually the crypto king, and I do appreciate you. But also Laura was like, you'll get through that. I'm like, it's also not that serious either. Like, I also am not like, I have to put this in perspective. Like, everything's okay. I'm not waiting for like test for, it's like, so I do appreciate also like you guys and my friends who, this is how guys show love to each other. All right. This is how guys show support is they just make jokes.
Breaking balls.
Hey, Armen, congrats. These are my buddies in my group. Congrats on the new ride, Armen. Look, Armen, he made it. He got this new ride. He's made it. Armen's bougie now. Wow, Armen, what kind of links were you clicking on? This is the type of stuff but you guys, with Billy's with the crypto game, so it gave me a chuckle when I needed it. And of course, in true Hunter fashion, right away, it's like, all right, let's try and figure this out. Try to help me figure it out. course, he was at the Brewer game. I'm like, Hunter, it's all right. You're good. Go chase down your interviews. Do what you got to do. I don't want you to. I'm fine. I'm going to email X support, which, by the way, there is none. But I got to say, man, hackers, what a useless, futile waste of humanity. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
No kidding.
I mean, let's be entirely honest. Okay. Hackers, these script little ransomware kids. Right.
Problem is they're so good. Just
so
think
good.
about how much good you could be doing at like a real job.
Yeah, exactly. But instead, they're a drain on human progress. I mean, I'm sorry, they are. They're not, and I don't want anyone to start romanticizing these guys as like tech savvy rebels, all right, or these misunderstood geniuses. Okay, they're talentless parasites who build nothing of value in this world. I'm very angry about hackers. I was hacked. All right,
that is a bar. Useless parasites. That is so good.
Actually, they have some talent, probably.
Well, I mean, and let's be honest, Drew. It's a violating feeling. It is, but it is, and I'll go a little bit on the other side. It does make you wonder just how good people are with computers and how bad I am with this machine that's in front of us.
That's true.
I mean, I can open my email. I can print something. You ask me to do anything above 100 level, I probably should be a lot more advanced into it growing up in a tech age. But there are some that, I mean, can whip this thing around and tell you every single thing maybe the government would know about you before you could even know more about it than yourself.
And they've ruined the internet,
if I get hacked, like that's the thing is, I know Armen's going to fight the fight. I don't know how much fight I'd have in me. It's like, just take it.
You're fine.
X is a cesspool anyway. How is my life enhanced by doom scrolling? It's like,
it might be a good excuse to finally unplug it.
It might actually be.
Thought about that a little bit. Like right away, you get this really violated feeling, and then it's a little bit of like, well, I can't tweet, so I guess I don't have to look at But the thing is with sports,
I don't have to fire off any Caleb Williams takes.
That's the thing, man. I mean, like we still do use it a lot.
I was going to say you can't get into it with Bears fans and Cubs fans.
That's the thing. I can't. And think of all the tweets the world is missing out on. All my useless takes about grocery prices and Bears fans. And
we're thinking of the useful ones. All right. Right now, I'm thinking of they better hold off on this decision to potentially move the Bears to Hammond, Indiana,
right?
Until you get access to those 9,000 accounts. And more importantly, the individuals that have, tweets of Armen's from 5 or 6 months ago bookmarked, because that's not going to hit the same for Caleb Sisson 8492818
exactly
in the middle of October when Caleb Williams has a sweet throw and he tries to tweet at you and he doesn't realize you haven't been active in months. So we got to do this for the good of humanity to be able to get this back.
Yeah, no, I exactly, and it's been a frustrating experience, but hey, I mean, maybe at some point I can get it back. Maybe not.
I think you just go tarps off at the Brewer game tonight and just don't even worry about
Statman
it.
Steve was tarps off at the Brewers game.
Let's go,
Statman Steve.
Statman Steve.
With
making
Pablo
it happen.
Sanchez, that was amazing. That was something positive. Seeing the Pablo Sanchez hit parade last night.
That was phenomenal. The big head is a adoring sight to see for a 90s and early 2000s kid. But the tarps off section is a full-on effect. We're exiting the ball game last night with the little guys, which happens, in the middle of the 7th inning. Once you sing the song, that's time for us to exit stage, left field exit, so you can get towards National Avenue. And guys, we walked by the elevator with about 15 to 19-year-old kids all meeting at the elevator, finding out and meeting new friends of saying, dude, you guys going tarps off? You guys doing it? You guys doing the tarps off? We got to do it, dude. We got to do it. It's an experience. We got to do it. They're hyping each other up of different individuals they had never met. And you could see the glow and the twinkle in the eye of how excited these kids were to just rip their shirt off in the middle of a June night and wave it around in section 439. That was a beautiful piece of sports that I got to see as those kids were walking up there last night.
There's nothing like when you're a young, impressionable adolescent and you have this need to feel like you're belonging to something.
And they knew they were getting the content.
That's it.
They knew they were getting the IG post too. They were so pumped for it. I was excited for them.
That's pretty funny. So, Billy, how was the experience last night? Brewers 16-2 winners, and it wasn't that close. If you watched the game, because I did. It wasn't that close. 16-2 doesn't tell you how lopsided this game really was when the Brewers poured it on. 7 runs in the 2nd inning. The Pablo Sanchez effect is real. He is now going to be a permanent fixture in the Brewers dugout.
Has to be. Yes.
Inflatable Pablo Sanchez, who inspired the Brewers. Bryce Terang enters as the mayor of Slump City, and then the big guy shows up, and Bryce Terang is off the schneid. Oh my goodness.
That second inning was baseball nirvana, as you're just watching every single person with hard contact. Sal Frelick with one of his 2 doubles on the night. You mentioned it, the Bryce Terang triple hit to the absolute worst part of the park if you're trying to exit the park, right? The only spot where that might not leave the ball yard. And we were sitting in the right field bleachers, and you could hear my man in center field, Lee, smack the outfield wall. I mean, that was some hard contact.
Ouch.
But it was one that just continued to roll. And you see the top guys in the lineup after a weekend in which you don't score a ton. You are awful with runners in scoring position, and it feels like you've just left the Astros in both of those games that you ended up winning. They went out and grabbed one against that, as you mentioned, Drew. I guess I didn't realize just how bad the Giants are.
Yeah,
you
it's
really
pretty bad.
You thought with the kind of money that they have spent that Buster Posey would be able to put some of that 3 World Series magic onto this. It is that is a tough outfit, even though the Olsen bomb starts it off for you. 16 unanswered. It is next level, and it was not that close when you were seeing the hard contact against poor Roop, and they were just leaving him out there to dry.
Yeah,
he was wearing one last night.
Yeah, Wags can speak to that. He's wearing it for sure. But Brewers scoring 16 runs without a homer, which is hard to do.
Yeah, that was significant, I thought, but that's what we do.
It was a roof open game. Tarps off, roof open.
Oh, it was gorgeous in there,
which is fantastic.
Beautiful breeze there into the outfield.
And
it was nice.
to go from a weekend series win when you're struggling to score runs to all of a sudden, and now the Giants went from, I think, didn't they score 19 on Sunday and then give up 16 on Monday?
They lost all the goodwill they did in the run differential category in Colorado, 19-6, losing 16-2, and now they're -1.
Yeah, that's just wild. So just a lot to unpack from last night's game. Good thing we got Bill Schroeder coming up. We'll have Hunter Baumgart's recap of the evening. Successful theme night for the Brewers. Quick little 4-game homestand. And, in my experience, and Hardcore taught me this many years ago, 4-game series often end up in splits.
Yep.
Hard to win, like 3 out of 4. So, but one way to do it is to win the first one.
Yeah, and one other way to do it is have the Giants being here, right? Like that gives you a little bit of another chance to it. I also thought one of my favorite parts of it was Drowan yesterday, in a time where you start looking around as to who is going to make up the rotation for the back half of the rotation for the next couple of weeks, because we're still waiting on better news from Brandon Woodruff continually, and hopefully that comes at the end of the homestand. And the Quinn Priester 2026 is one that I don't know anybody can really count on at this point. So between Sproat, who you just heard was throwing duds, according to the manager a couple of days ago.
He got put on double secret probation a little bit.
Gasser, he didn't inspire a whole lot of confidence in his couple of starts here as well. Chad Patrick moved to the bullpen, throws 1 inning last night. So you don't necessarily know where they're going to find some of these starts. I thought the best part of Drowan yesterday was after the home run and after the 7-run inning, just pump the zone with strikes and get as many outs as you can, because you just needed length at that point. And I thought he provided it and probably earned himself another start.
Yeah, I would agree. I think he's acquitted himself well overall. Every guy, we were used to seeing so much spectacular performance from our pitchers that I think we kind of get used to, like, all right, well, every guy should go out here and just put up zeros and never give up runs. Not the reality, but as long as you can get guys giving decent performances like that, you should be good to bridge until your big guns come up in the rotation. And that's how the Brewers have won. You're not going to put up 16 every night, but last night they did, thankfully, and get everyone around. Chad Patrick getting the win, that was nice. He got his inning of work, got his win. So it was great to see. And I don't know, you know this, Billy. Great for all the dads and uncles out there that want to see. You don't have to just worry about launch angle, son. You don't have to worry about, look at the way these guys are taking walks. They're squaring balls up. They're going up. Even Jackson Churrio is going opposite field. Look at the way he's doing that. So all the dads have got to love a game like last night. Just it felt video game-ish to see the Brewers offense just do whatever they want without the need of the long ball.
You're saying it's every freshman baseball coach's dream right there?
Every freshman baseball coach getting everyone's. Did you guys tapping that bat at the ground? Where'd you guys watch the Brewer game last night? You guys are worried about launch angle. How many home runs they hit last night?
None.
Not
guys,
one. Right? What'd they do? They took walks.
That's because they were taking good at bats. They were
at-bats.
trying to go to the opposite
They were
field.
prepared. They worked as a team. They were focused. They were ready. All right. They were together. They were connect. So it was great to see. And yeah, you love it. I mean, just hit after hit in the in the age and Frelick barreling a ball up. It's one of those make you feel good about everybody games. Everyone got in the act. Even Ortiz got.
I was gonna say I'd give Sal a couple of barrels, 2 doubles. We're gonna be happy about that. And listen, Joey Ortiz, all we need is a first baseman to come on in there and pitch.
That's right.
All we need are more first basemen to pitch, and Joey Ortiz can get that offense rolling.
Well, at least he got it, because it's like, man, if you don't get a hit when this guy comes in, you gotta get it now. Like, this is when you gotta eat, or else it's gonna be tough.
No question. 877-794-1973 is your ticket into the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. If you have any advice about how to clean up after being hacked,
great call.
Armen's handling it very well.
He's not freaking out about it at all. I haven't seen him panic about it at all.
Level of acceptance. You know, it's like, oh, okay.
Is it like stages of grief, you think?
I think so. Yeah. Anger, denial.
Laura goes, I'd be freaking out. I'm like, you don't think I'm freaking out right now? She's like, well, you know.
What do you mean, me? I'm not freaking out.
For your level. I was like, that's it. We're going to cops. I need to touch grass.
Yes.
Or touch mint chip, as the kids say.
Or touch mint chip ice custard. Yeah, that's you.
That'll play. That'll work. That'll change. That'll change the night with the youngster.
Yeah.
Right.
Good decision.
Whoever's out there, I'm glad you got my nothing. I'm glad you got my nothing of an account. Okay, I'm glad you got nothing but my Brewers takes for the last year.
Armen's got some expired Palermo's coupons.
Yeah. I mean, they don't even asking for money. You know, don't you want anything? No ransom. They just use mine to message everybody about a great crypto opportunity.
We're going to hear.
They probably thought I had more money to invest.
Probably. We're going to hear from Hunter Baumgart, his Brewers recap. After we talk to Dolph at halftime, the show's going to really ramp up. We'll have liftoff then, because Matt Mueller is going to join us, a new dad. We'll talk to him about what it's like for him at the Miller residence. And we'll talk to him about summer movies. And then Bill Schroeder from Brewers TV going to wake up early with us. He's going to be here at 7:25-ish to just chop it up, talk about last night's game, Pablo Sanchez and all. We're off to a rocking start, those of us who haven't been hacked and are schlepping crypto here.
You're helping us feel a lot better on this Tuesday morning, so just know you're doing good right now.
You are live in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Is this choice of Get Back music inspired by who's running Armen's X account?
Trying to be a little creative, I guess.
I would
Are you? You hear that over the air? The music is stripped out on the podcast.
Yeah, you don't for other reasons.
I would advocate a Blink Twice Shabuzi song because I think there's probably some people that were wondering, hey,
I didn't know about that
Armen, Blink Twice if you're okay.
Yeah, I am
You okay.
Yeah, I saw Trey. I did see. I was like, should I get a burner and try and get in there and try to talk to people? I'm like, don't even bother. I mean, like, if anyone really thinks that that's your car, Armen, then they really got other. They cannot deduce any sort of logical reasoning, and therefore it's not even worth trying to tell.
Shout out to the listeners though yesterday that were tweeting at us to ask us to let us know, hey man, is Armen okay?
They want to make sure, which I appreciate.
Really, why don't you tweet at Armen and see what happens? No, we're not trying to be next. We'll just watch from the sidelines and laugh like you. We'll pull up a chair.
Yeah, maybe I'll use my wife's as a burner now. Just tweet at
that's
Laura.
fair.
Ask questions to Laura and I'll answer them.
Oh yeah, refer all questions.
He's sitting at work like, why did
going to hide behind his wife now?
Why did someone ask me what happened in Game 6 of the 2001 Eastern Conference Finals?
Right. Why are people talking about that?
No, wrong number.
Yeah. Why was my phone going off like that? So, yes, but it was sort of inspired, Drew. We're trying to be top. I'm trying to have fun with it a little bit here. All right.
So the Brewers win big. That's the big story. The other story is the Milwaukee Panthers Cinderella run through the tournament came to an end as they lost to Auburn late last evening, 8-3.
Let's hear it for a good run though for the Panthers.
The Panthers,
what of a battle,
no doubt. Panthers, who got the endorsement of Pat Murphy. Brewers support from them.
He found the hat.
They took the he got a hat. They turned a 5-23 season into a magical run. So no shame in that game. Sure, it would have been nice if they would have pulled the upset, but to shock the world the way they did, they lasted longer in the tournament than UCLA did.
Yeah. And there was some one stat I know that their social media account posted earlier in the week, Drew, that this is like the third time in school history that they played a game in June. Yeah. I mean, just think about that. So, and as tough as it is, with as much as there can be a lot of negative stuff around college sports, and I understand why. I mean, we're going to Congress to try to figure out how long guys can play and how they can get paid and all these kinds of stuff. Folks, the kids playing for the Panthers aren't getting rich. That's not what this is. This is have as much fun and enjoy the sport that you've played for your entire life and put so much into, and have the absolute best experience and go play a bunch of guys that are now in the SEC and probably pretty well funded at that War Eagle Stadium that I was seeing there. It's one that makes you feel good about the athletes that are still around. And I know there's a lot of bad stuff that gets thrown around in college athletics. That was one of the goods. And it's about, as Murph said, creating an experience for the youngsters that they're never going to forget. And we're also not going to forget, because they put Milwaukee baseball on the map for a little while. And I'm excited to see go over to a game now at Franklin Field coming up next year.
So the Panthers are out, and they lost to Auburn twice in 24 hours after spanking them in the opener, shocking the world. So great run. It was they'll remember this for a long time,
forever, for
a season that started the way it did.
Yeah,
and looking up at 5-23 or whatever, and just going, wow, we stink. To have them gel and have the moment they did and walk off the conference championship game, and like it's a pretty sweet season. So they got something to build on and a great memory.
And Coach Wagner and his boys got to be very, very proud, because that is an incredible one, and also a heck of a selling point to players of their ability to stay together. Because man, again, they played 30 games and they had that kind of winning percentage with 5 dubs. That can be an easy one to pack it in and start looking around for next year. And they didn't even think about it. So that's really, really cool.
That's a good point. Watch. It says a lot about their fortitude together,
connectivity. Oh yeah,
the coaching staff. Because I mean, it's when you lose early in the year like that, it's easy to pack it in or just kind of play out the string. And you got a group of guys that never gave up, kept fighting, and then had that nice run. And like you said, a run they're always going to remember. So congrats to them on a great season. And yeah, maybe we can get some of that gear now, right? Some of those sweet hats. I love those. That people were talking about those yesterday a little bit.
If you tweet at them, maybe they'll give it to us.
Yeah, maybe I should. Maybe now that I'm a big crypto boss, so
Yeah, there you
that
go.
should work for sure. But yeah, definitely.
The other one that was captivating me last night, Drew, while that game was going on right after the 16-2 unanimous decision knockout by the Brewers, was this Texas Tech Alabama women's college softball game. I know we joked about it on Monday that this is the low tide season as we're waiting for the Stanley Cup final tonight, NBA finals on Wednesday. I found myself captivated by this pitcher's duel that was happening in Oklahoma. These girls are pumping absolute heat, dude. I don't know how you hit a baseball when Jacob Mizorowski is on the mound, or Kyle Harrison's throwing the cheddar that he is. I don't know how on earth, even though that thing's a much larger target and a much more fluorescent look, I don't know how on earth these girls are putting bat to ball on that thing.
It's I'm old enough to remember when Jenny Finch was the phenomenon.
Oh yes, of course.
University of Arizona and Team USA star.
She was a phenomenon, that's for sure.
Okay, all right.
She was like actually married to a Diamondbacks pitcher for a quick minute.
Lucky guy.
But yeah, she was making the tour and they were doing what was the show, Armen? Wasn't there like I know Summer Sanders had like a NBA show, but there was like a spin-off. They had a spin-off because I think it was like Summer Sanders came and a camera crew, and Jenny Finch came to Brewers spring training. And they had her.
She had like the Jenny Finch show. I think,
I think so. Yeah. But anyway, there was a film crew, and I remember her, and they set it up, and she faced Richie Sexton and Jeff Jenkins, and they stepped in.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh my God, how do you hit this?"
Yeah, she did.
Watching big leaguers try to quicken up and try to make contact, like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, I think she did a segment on either This Week in Baseball or her own show called The Jenny Finch. I remember that. And you're right. She would travel around pitching to major leaguers. They wouldn't be able to hit her. She was sort of the phenomenon for a while, and she's been in a lot of those celebrity games as well, obviously. So,
and the young lady Kennedy from Texas Tech, the NIL money that she had made seems very, very well spent. I was reading Front Office Sports saying she got $1 million out of NIL money to come over from Texas to go to Texas Tech, and now they're facing off against Texas in the final for the second straight year. She was an absolute boss on the mound. A great interview after as well. And so twice they now go back to back in the national championship. It's Texas against Texas Tech. That is a rivalry that runs as deep as just about any. And if it's football or now women's softball, man, those Texans are going to be hating each other for the next 4 days. And I love the fact that that's what you're going to get.
Yeah. And talk about energy and passion. I mean, women's college softball, you see it, man. It's crazy, the energy, the excitement. You know, if you want to watch that part of sports, if you want to see athletes doing it for the passion, you know, the old joke, we going pro another way. You know, there's none of that pretense of what people usually don't like about the college sports experience. Now, at least there's not as much of it. That's the way to watch it. That's the sport to watch because there's so much energy, excitement, passion. Love for the team, love for the jersey. You love seeing that, and it's a lot of fun to watch. By the way, Jenny Finch was married, is married still to Casey Daigle, former Major League Baseball pitcher.
I thought they were divorced.
According to Wikipedia, they're still married.
Oh, come on,
I haven't seen anything else.
Well, good on them.
So,
then.
there you go.
I mean, true love prevails.
Yeah.
It's hard. You know, you bet the under on marriages lasting.
True. I was very much with you on that. I
bet the under.
Was going
20 years ago.
All right. Well, okay. 877-794-1973 gets you in. But yeah, watching those big league guys trying to ramp up and, it's just such a different discipline.
Oh my God.
There's a lot of arm angles.
Well, and it's so close. Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing. That ball, you talk about the extension that Mizorowski has. That ball is on you quick.
I wonder what's harder for those guys to hit. That because the speed variance, or like an unlimited arc softball, or some of the high level softball guys.
The floater that Henry throws in Rookie of the Year to try to get the last out.
Yeah, the floater.
Yeah,
floated. Yeah,
loaded. Yeah. That would be. I would wonder because as Murph said, they can time up a jet plane. It's hard to time up 55 miles an hour at that point. Just watch my man Buddy Kennedy throwing yesterday for the Giants. There was a couple of recalibration swings in there. Oh, yeah. Even Jake Bowers, that ball was looking like a beach ball there in the 8th inning as he's just licking his chops and then takes a walk. Is there any unwritten rule in the baseball clubhouse, Drew, when a position player's out there? can you actually take 4 balls, or do we just do that?
You're
Would have thrown
supposed
up?
to kind of swing, expand the zone a little bit.
Come on, we're taking 2 inches off the edge at this point.
You're supposed. You don't go up there looking for a walk to boost your OBP.
The thing is, the underhand motion, like female pitchers, obviously softball pitchers, they don't get it tired as quickly because it's a more natural arm motion. They usually don't have the arm wear and tear that an overhand throw does. So there's another factor there. I mean, usually they can pitch longer and more often with that same type of quality.
Well, and they were one of the teams, I think it was Texas Tech, starting to really diving in here. They were doing 2 different pitchers. So they were sending the one girl over to first base, and she'd come in and pitch. And then after a couple of hitters, switch first baseman again. Let's switch this around, continue to roll, and then just continue to show different hitters, different pitchers. That was a wild loophole that, again, you just don't think about, you don't see. But a genius move if you think you can do it. And then their coach is like, yeah, we'll be the villain. We'll be everybody's villain. So I like the fact that they're just owning the heel. And Texas Tech, for a long time, just got battered and bruised in those deals. They got Cody Campbell just pumping a bunch of cash into that program. And all of their sports are going to get good.
That's true.
Like college basketball was rolling this year. Their football team was next level. And just watch. Those Red Raiders are not slowing down there in West Texas.
Nope. Not a chance. Not when the money's flowing.
608. Is Nyjah Kennedy the highest paid college athlete? She should be. You start every game where you're starting like every single game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. There's
taking the ball every day.
There's no rule against it. They can do that because of the underarm motion. You can pitch more. I mean, that's just the way it is. You don't have to rest your arm
like
as much.
CC in 08, dude. She was just pumping absolute gas. It was incredible to watch.
Yeah, like the old Jesse Orozco rubber arm. Remember that one, Drew?
Jesse Orozco.
Pitch every game. Or Aaron Ashby this year, right?
Aaron Ashby pitch every day.
And Billy's Point CC for sure.
That's right.
So,
all right. 877-794-1973. We're going to do some buying and selling. As mentioned, we got Matt Mueller hosted up for the 6 o'clock hour. That's after Dolph, after halftime. And then Bill Schroeder joins us from Brewers TV, back in the booth last night for a home series against the Giants. Brewers winning 16-2. When we come back, we're going to hear Hunter Baumgart's recap of last night's proceedings. But first, I got to tell you about my friends at Game Day Men's Health. Visit them online. I visited them yesterday. Make a weekly stop at the Brookfield location because I like the people. Nice vibe there, and it's a quick stop. You're in and out very quickly, even if you sign up for that consult. Game Day Men's Health. Check them out online. Go there, sign up, pick the clinic nearest you, and sign up for the free no obligation screening. And they can tell you if they can change your life as they've done for so many. Check out GameDayMen'sHealth.com. All right. When we come back, we'll hear Hunter's recap and continue to chop it up. There was a couple of trades we got to talk about in the National Football League.
Goodness gracious.
We'll have some implications shaken down for your Green Bay Packers. We'll talk about that as we move forward as well. Got Summerfest tickets to give away because we're in that season. We're on to June, and we're dominating a Tuesday in the good land. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Tuesday edition of the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Billy, Drew, Armen, bringing it to you. June 2nd today, day number 2 of Armen Sarian's X account held hostage.
Yeah, I suppose
Held
if
for
you count
ransom.
number 1, yes, I have been hacked. I am, as George Costanza once said, I am not O'Brien. I am not O'Brien. I have been hacked on Twitter. This is the real me. This is not AI. So whatever 8th grader dork that decided to hack my account to put up crypto links.
Some kid in a basement in Ukraine or
yes,
Yugoslavia.
I wonder if he's getting rich on crypto, though. I do wonder, because there are some people that are still making it. Yesterday, all these different prediction apps went. DraftKings put up their new prediction app now, and you can be trading crypto right there from your phone. I was even seeing yesterday. So listen, I almost thought about, I was trying to figure out how I got on this game, Drew, because Farman's driving around in a Mercedes.
Man. Don't even shortchange me. That was like a Maybach. Right? I think that's even like 3 times the month. I think I wouldn't listen. If anyone out there thinks I would buy that car, okay, you don't know.
It would have to be used.
It would have to be fake. It would have to be the off-brand Kirkland version of it that gets good gas mileage. I think that would be the one. Listen, let's be honest. All right, my fortress of security online consisted of probably the same password that I've used since MySpace was out there, all right, years ago. So it is what it is. But yes, I've been hacked, and I'm sure it'll be a long, frustrating, arduous process back. If I do get it back. But meanwhile, enjoy the crypto links, I guess.
Enjoy the crypto links from Armen Sarian, but don't even click on it.
Listen, the Mercedes Maybach GLS only starts at $180,000.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that definitely seems like something that Armen would be interested in at some particular point in time.
Yes.
Look, a sweet look, though.
Can I just tweet through you, Billy? Like, if I send you a text, can you tweet it
No
out?
chance.
And it'll say
No
Armen.
chance
Not a
I'm going to have
chance.
that much time.
Yeah.
Because I don't want my account then to just be of wow. Right, like the best part is the stream of conscious tweets that this hacker is now thinking back to and looking through the last couple of years.
Claim the tweets in Armen's timeline, like big series here.
Right, yes.
Big series coming up.
Huge play.
Realizing this is probably a waste of time to hack
And
this
a
guy's
baby
account.
Josh. Like, it's just like the number of different plays in the midst of it. Come on, Joey. We believe in you.
Right.
The amount of just random
That's
games.
right.
And also, could you imagine this guy going back and finding the day that the Packers played while he was on mic'd up?
Oh my goodness.
And the amount of
my
tweets that
goodness.
you had fired out
I
of
can only
that?
imagine. I can only imagine. Then they're gonna go back, look at this, and say, "Why did we even bother with this guy's account?" And hopefully return it out of pity. And that's what my number one hope is, that they do that. So
there's a good chance.
Yeah,
that
that would
happens.
be pretty
All right.
funny. Maybe I should just lean into it. I'll be a crypto boss from now on.
All right, Brewers put a whooping on the Giants, who are not good. Our Hunter Baumgart had a recap for us because he always does.
He is good.
Import minded. He is good. Let's hear what Hunter had to say about the proceedings last evening, the Pablo Sanchez night, and the Brewers feasting on Giants pitching. Take it away, Hunter.
Thanks, guys. It was a blast at the ballpark last night. Anytime the home team wins 16-2, it's going to be a blast, and it sure was. A 7-run second inning highlighted the night, and as I'm sure you guys are discussing this morning, Pablo Sanchez stole the show, sitting right by that Brewers dugout for that 7-run second inning. The famous Backyard Baseball character was here to promote Backyard Baseball Night, which is coming up on Wednesday night. But he was here to make sure everybody knew that Backyard Baseball Night is coming. And I personally absolutely love that. And Bryce Terang talked about it after the game.
Any commentary in the dugout as Pablo's sitting there and you guys get 7 runs?
No, I mean, if we got to bring it back, let's bring it back. I don't know. Well, I didn't hear any talks about it, but if that's what it takes, we'll bring it back.
Would y'all know? I mean, it was right behind the on deck circle. Would y'all see him as soon as
I
he
only
was
saw his
done?
head. That's about it. I just saw the head sitting right there, but yeah, I mean, you couldn't not see it. It's just massive, but yeah, it's fun.
Now, Terang on the field snapped an 0-for-21 skid with a double and a triple. Great to see him on base a bunch. Also, Sal Frelick with a couple of doubles. Also, David Hamilton was 3-for-5 with 3 runs scored. Brewers manager Pat Murphy talked about the signs of growth that Hamilton is showing.
He's made some adjustments. No one has been tinkered with more than Hamilton, and to see him handle it all and do what he's doing, he knows he's found a home back where he started, and he knows we believe in him, and it's showing up. He's having fun.
So the Brewers are 15 games over 500 for the first time in 2026 at 36-21. They begin June how they ended May, by winning. This report brought to you by Import Minded, your trusted choice for exceptional vehicle care on South 27th, just north of 894. I'll have you for the baseball pregame show this evening at 5:30 before Game 2 between the Brewers and the Giants. Kyle Harrison on the mound for the Crew. Back to you guys.
All right. Thank you, Hunter
Let's
Baumgart.
go.
16-2. Interesting with the Giants in town, because the Giants are one of those teams. They had their run of success. They had
big time,
a little mini dynasty.
I think
right?
we'd all enjoy that run. Yes.
And I have very little animosity towards the Giants. They did fire my friend Bob Melvin, who I'm a fan of. But Zach Manassian's their GM with Buster Posey. He has roots with the Brewers, came up under Doug Melvin.
Yeah, Doug's guy. Yeah.
And is a great guy and one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And Armen has an affinity for Zach.
I do have a connection. Great dude there. Comes from that family of all those guys. His brother Perry's the Angels GM.
Yeah, and his other brother's the clubhouse guy, and
I think Atlanta, right?
Atlanta
or Cleveland.
So great
baseball.
family in
Washington.
baseball.
He's
Dad ran a clubhouse in Texas forever. Just a great guy. And so Giants are one of those teams that from a distance, when I see the Giants playing somebody, I hope they win. And I love the vibe of their ballpark. I love the whole vibe that their spring training at Scottsdale
is next level spot.
Immaculate.
Next
it's
level
hard
spot.
To
yes.
not like, and there's like almost like a Grateful Dead-ish vibe around them because it's the Bay Area. You know, it's like I just like the vibe, and I don't like to see them suck the way they do, but it's neither here nor there. But I do. It's one of those teams that I silently kind of root for and like.
I like that, Drew. It's kind of one of the it almost feels in certain days, in certain times, like a different world out on the West Coast. And when it's pitch black here and they're just starting a game in the beautiful sunlight by the Bay Area and McCovey Cove off to the right. I mean, in all reality, when I was growing up, the most famous, and for a lot of different reasons, was Barry Bonds. So I watched so many games at what used to be AT&T Park, now Oracle Park on television. Never went there, but when I would draw a baseball field, I would think of the big glove over the bleachers out in left field, the big Coke bottle out there in left field. And it does have a cool lure. It's a stadium that I've always wanted to get to and wanted to see. And they also feel like one of the lesser of the evils out there in the West, right? Like they'll spend big money. They just haven't necessarily spent it very well as of late to be able to win. But I'm hoping they can turn it around because they're definitely one of the if it's Dodgers or Giants, I definitely would pull for the folks to the north because they know what it's like to have to wear a jacket. I mean, them games get cold, it looks like, when that thing hits October. That's a different world when you're sitting there in the Bay.
It gets freezing up there for certain times of the year, obviously, and what you said. Yeah, I mean, totally. I mean, and they had their run, but they are definitely struggling. It's funny because you look at their roster and they've got some good players. You know, Chapman, Arias. You look at some of these guys. Obviously, we know about Willie, but struggling right now. But the Brewers taking care of business. That's what matters. Yeah. And boy, you had to love Bryce's reaction to the Pablo Sanchez night. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, fun. I saw his head. Big head.
Big head.
Bring him back. Oh.
He's the best, dude.
He's just the best.
Yeah,
I mean, he's so funny.
That's as animated as he gets in interviews.
Which makes him
you can tell he was having fun.
Yes, and which makes him kind of like the best guy to talk to.
He got a couple hits and snapping an 0 for 21. That's as good a mood as it. That's practically him dancing with a lampshade on his head.
I was just gonna say that's his Animal House moment right there. That's the mood.
Been in months, which I love.
To see though, your number one guy, even though Jackson Churio is taking the ball to the right field and hitting extra base hits, Terang just scolding a baseball to center. It gives you a little bit of reprieve after Brewers fans watched this weekend and said, okay, so we got Jacob Mizorowski shoving all over the place in everyone's different home stadium, and we're going what with runners in scoring position? Good to see some extra base hits and a little bit of fruits there. But the old dad joke, we got to save some of these runs for today. Yeah. Just look what happened to the Giants.
Exactly. A case study, no doubt. We got plenty to unpack from last night's Brewers game, the Milwaukee Panthers. We're going to talk about the NFL trades. That all lies ahead. Dolph is going to join us for halftime. Then Matt Mueller.
We are loaded up here, baby.
A new father. And then after 7:25, just when we're hitting the home stretch, Bill Schroeder from Brewers TV will join us. Get yourself a comfortable chair and a cold or hot beverage of your choice and settle in with the Huddle on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
I'm Doug Russell. We start at American Family Field, where it was a laugher and a get-right game for one of the Brewers' best players. Home cooking is maybe what Bryce Terang needed. He had been hitless in his last 21 at-bats heading into Monday night.
Fly ball to center. It's back, and it's over there. Henry Cox. Here comes Terang. Chourio scores. Terang will stop at third.
I felt like I was a click away, and the balls I did hit hard were just right to him. So you just control what I can control, and having quality at bats.
Terang got a ton of help from his teammates. The final score 16-2. The Brewers hammer the Giants. Same two teams again tonight. And the Milwaukee Panthers baseball Cinderella postseason run is over. They lose to Auburn in the NCAA tournament regional final last night, 8-3. The final hour of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake up!
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you. You need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, and there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Biller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 yeah. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red, right, 18 Bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
We know exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all the good boy got to do. Let's go out and kick the tape. All right? Hey, 1, 2, 3.
Keep doing what you're doing. Get our guys after and make them play.
Be right all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D-hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
Zip. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
It's Tuesday in the good land. You're hanging out in the Huddle. Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin. Drew Olson, Billy Schmid, Armen Sarian. Not the imposter posing as Armen Sarian on X.
This is real. I'm me.
He's real.
I
We're
was
proud of you.
hacked on Twitter. This is
He's
the real me.
and he's spectacular.
Jerks.
So don't get fooled. Don't accept no substitutes. We've
Yeah.
got the real Armenian.
Did you see that
mascot
jerk
with
is
us.
still tweeting at people
I know.
under
Told you.
my name? How dare he?
How
I
dare
told
he.
you he was.
I know you did, Billy.
How dare he.
You just didn't
So-
believe me.
It is a buy or sell Tuesday, and we got to fire that up right now. If you got propositions for us, 877-794-1973. And I'll open the bidding with something we've been teasing to talk about. But a couple of trades in the National Football League. Are you buying or selling that now that A.J. Brown is on his way to New England, that Diana Rossini's reporting is vindicated, and she was right all along?
Well, she definitely had a lead. She had a source.
She had a source.
I was waiting for her to Undertaker meme and just sit up at 4:00 for that news, and all of a sudden resurrect the X account. I was wondering if all of a sudden she was going to activate it again and let everybody know that the trade had beneficial.
Like the real account, like the real Diana. That would be one to hack. The real Diana Rossini would be activated.
If all of a sudden she fired the thing back up and let everybody know, yes, I'm right. I told you people wanted to play for Mike Vrabel. He reunites with him after 3 years playing in Tennessee, a couple of years apart. And one of the best viral moments that we've seen from a draft room was when the Titans traded A.J. Brown, and the news got released on draft night while the Eagles were about to take the selection in the first round pick that was going over to Tennessee. And you just saw Mike Vrabel hit the table, stand up. And I mean, he took a couple of the deepest breaths possible and looked around like, not one of you talk to me for the next 35 minutes because I'm so pissed. All right. I'm going to sit back down. And I hate every single one of you guys. And now we all got big problems. And then quickly, everybody was fired within the next year there in Tennessee. I'm not saying it was all because of that move, Drew, but everything changed pretty much after that draft night there in Tennessee.
No question. No question. So that was a trade that was expected and rumored and long, You
were just wondering if somebody was going to come down and pay the price that New England was waiting to pay.
Is this going to be a fit? Is A.J. Brown going to be a game changer? Will he be a Randy Moss type, lift?
I don't know that he's a Hall of Famer, right? I don't know that he's a Randy Moss guy. I think he's going to have a huge year though, because he's a huge deep threat for Drake May, whose arm seems kind of never endless. He can air it out with the best of them. And Diggs was a 1,000-yard receiver there last year in an offense that wasn't super explosive, but they were good enough. And with Brown motivated, he is one of those dudes that is a matchup nightmare for just about everybody. And I think he's going to have a huge year. I'd be buying the heck out of him in any fantasy league that you're going into because he's going to get a ton of targets. He's been waiting for this, and he's motivated enough to tell everybody and try to showcase that he thinks Jalen Hurts was the problem with that offense.
Yeah, I think there's something there. You said it, Billy. If he's motivated and healthy, I think there's reason to believe. And also because Roma's there now. I mean, you have Romeo Doubs' presence. I think, take that stuff underneath, take the consistency in the middle of the field to be also the Robin there. I think that helps a lot to what A.J. Brown can do. And you're right. I think he should be motivated because I think ego for him is a big thing. Reading on the sideline, all that stuff. So, I think it should be interesting. The question is he healthy and motivated enough to have that sort of, let that prime talent, which he's still in, I think, that prime level of talent, at least for a few years, maybe.
How's Romeo Doubs like it?
I think he should like it, actually, the more I think about it.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because he's getting his money, and they don't necessarily – are they the same type of receiver? I don't know that they're the same type of guy. They should complement each other well.
They're both big physical possession receivers, right? And now Brown's a little bit more of an explosive athlete.
More outside than slot,
and I think Dobbs is still going to be able to eat for a lot of the attention going to Brown. He'll be able to. You mentioned the money, and I wonder how much of that, Drew, just solves all of it for Rome, because the questions of his role in the offense was all of, well, I'm on my fourth round rookie contract. I'd like to get my contract. You get 4 years and $70 million, 30 of it guaranteed. You'll probably be okay. But he is a wide receiver, so let me find out in week 11 or something.
We'll see how long it takes for him to get disgruntled and for tension in that room. All right, the other NFL trade that rocked the landscape.
Crazy.
The Rams getting Myles Garrett out of Cleveland in exchange for Jared Verse, who is pretty good.
A really good player.
How about
really
that
good player.
one? Yeah,
Yes.
if you didn't see that yesterday.
And then the Lawrence Welk variation, a 1, a 2, a 3. Successive years, 27 first, 28 second, 29 third, right?
Yeah, and now I don't have the Jimmy Johnson trade value chart, printed out on my bedroom wall. But people tell me that the second and third equates to a number 1 in that trade valuation chart. So essentially 2 1s and a player, similar to the Parsons trade. But I mean, Jared Verse is 3 years into the league. He's got 2 more years of club control on his rookie contract as a first-round pick because you get the 50-year option. And he was top 5 in pressures last year. I mean, he had the same amount of pressures last year as Will Anderson, who just got repaid as one of the highest-priced players at the position. Now, pressures aren't sacks. I think he had 9 of those, so you want to be able to get guys more onto the ground. But from the comparison side of it, Garrett, better player than Parsons. This trade package better than Parsons, right? So I think it's a fair price, but it's a huge price either way. However, Garrett's 5 years old or 4 or 5 years older than Parsons was when the Packers acquired Micah.
In the pantheon, is Myles Garrett better than Aaron Donald? Will it potentially better? Is he going to be as dominant? Because there's a story in The Athletic, and one of the jokes in the Rams coaching staff was, who's our best cornerback? Aaron Donald. Who's their best corner now? Myles Garrett.
100%.
So they had a guy like that, like a field tilter that kept opposing coaches awake. And now they got another guy.
Yeah.
And they did it right when they needed to before they host the Super Bowl coming up this year. And Aaron Donald was keeping himself in shape. He could do the craziest thing ever and just say, hey, by the way, I'm going to go on OBJ and come out of retirement.
Come back out of retirement.
Could you imagine that front four?
I saw people saying that right away. I don't know what he's left in the tank, but it might be something. And the funny thing is, for me, it's Rams fans were kind of upset about getting some of them. Why did we get Ty Simpson? We're on the brink. Stafford, is getting older. We have to take advantage of the window. Well, there you go. There's your
chip
window.
right back in.
So you got the chip right back in. Well, Ty Simpson doesn't have any picks to work
with.
Who's
30. And I mean, in all reality, he could play another 6, 7, 8 years.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And if he goes at the same pace, now he just broke the single season sack record, so you can't say that kind of pace. But if he averages, 12 and a half, 13 sacks a year, he's going to threaten Bruce Smith's sack record. Yeah. So to put him next to Donald, I think he's in that group right now, Drew, who you could make a real argument are the best defensive players of all time.
On his way. Yeah. He's in the discussion.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got more real estate ahead of him. So that's what, and McVay's loved him forever, and they've wanted him for a while.
He's just the most dynamic defensive, as much as we've seen Micah do here. Yeah, he's that guy.
The shakedown is that of the two trades, yesterday, one been expected forever, and the other kind of like a holy crap.
Completed out of left field.
Both have Packers ramifications because the Packers play the Rams and the Patriots this year. So they're going to see both of these guys.
And the Rams went from the favorites to win the Super Bowl to the favorites to win the Super Bowl. Like they went from, I think, 8-1 to 6-1 to win it. And justifiably so. Hard to see when you have the MVP and passing yards leader from a year ago, the defensive player of the year and the sack leader from a year ago, the receiving touchdowns leader from a year ago in Devontae Adams, and the receptions leader from a year ago in Puka Nacua, all on the same team. Hard to see anybody slowing that down. However, they didn't even win the division last year. Or win twice against Seattle.
Yeah, good luck beating Seattle. So we'll just put them over the hump. We shall see. But it was a great move for them. And it looks daunting, but again, you don't win on paper. You got to win in December, January.
100%. And Drew, I think the other part of it was that I saw yesterday, and it's always hard when you trade the star, right? Like we're going to see this over the next couple of weeks, that it's hard to fathom winning the trade when you trade the Hall of Famer, right? When you part with the generational franchise altering superstar, it's hard to fathom you're getting the right end of it. Dude, verse a first, a second, and a third is a big package for Cleveland to get.
That's huge.
And I really like it for Cleveland because they have Mason Graham, who last year was a stud coming out of Michigan, top 5 pick that they grabbed there on the defensive front. They were kind of waiting for another one of their guys to be that edge player. They got a lot of youth on that defense. Schlesinger was defensive rookie of the year a year ago. They've drafted really well over the last 2 years. They got 11 picks into next year's draft.
They're positioned well to rebuild. And
so they at least feel like they have some kind of semblance of focus and ability to get back on track after the Deshaun trade, hamstrung him for so long. And the funniest thing is he's probably going to be their starting quarterback this year.
I think that's a good point. And I think they know that they have to eventually get that position right. So you get the most picks you can. And look, Jared Verse, a good player.
Really good player.
Good player. I mean, who knows? He was in his second year last year, right? If I'm not mistaken, Billy. He's entering his third year.
Yes, and going on his third year of a rookie contract, making $5 million compared to Garrett, who's making 40.
And who knows what he can become? I mean, he might become a really, all-pro type guy as well. I mean, he was on that track, obviously, to be really good. So, yes, I think if you are the Cleveland Browns and this asset was there, and it's funny because I think back to I'm gonna leave, and it's like the graphic comes out. I'm very happy to be a Cleveland Brown now that I got this contract
very quickly. Yeah,
and now he's back. Now he's off to the Rams, which are trying to take advantage of their window. But Alex Bykowski in the YouTube comments, I'm very happy for him that he's out of Cleveland. Yeah, I think that's good for him, and he has a chance to win. I'm not that emotionally connected to Myles Garrett, other than it's probably good to see him get a chance to try and win a Super Bowl, which is fine. But I'm sure that's how a lot of Cleveland fans feel. It's like, all right, well, he was a great player. He's not in our team anymore. I hope this is the package we can get to try and rebuild and use that asset to the best of our abilities. And then there was, I think before I was locked out of my Twitter and couldn't see it again, the Josh Sweat rumors, Billy, started popping up.
Well, yes.
With the Packers. Drew, right? Was there something there?
There were some rumors there, but then Matt Schneidman made a call, and they've not talked to anybody about Josh
Sweat.
Schneidman
threw a big wet blanket on it after.
Because then people were saying, well, they're going to get a running back too, so they're going to get 2 for 1. Josh Sweat and the third-string running back that they need.
Yeah, no, I don't know that it's all going to happen in one fell swoop. I do think that there could very much still be some smoke to the Josh Sweat deal because I also remember Brian Gutekunst a couple of days before they traded for Micah Parsons saying, no, we have not. We don't talk about any of that. We have not contacted anybody in relation to any of those kind of deals. So very quickly things can change, and he's an appealing and attractive player that you'd be able to put into the defense. it would be one of the moves that you think of and say, all right, we're a full-on arms race here. And you only make that move if you've already made the Micah Parsons trade, right? Like, not that you want to put even more draft capital into the position, but it's one of the 3 most important positions in football as an edge rusher. You know, your guy is going to be gone for at least the first 4 games and probably not himself fully until December or maybe next year. And if it only is going to cost you a 4th round pick, a 3rd round pick, and some money because they've already paid the option and paid a bunch of the money up front, it's an attractive player, and it's one that I still think could be had, albeit I think a lot of teams are going to be interested in Sweat. So I don't think it's just going to be a quick snap of the fingers and Josh Sweat's a Green Bay Packer, but I'm not ready to fully bury the Josh Sweat story completely. I still think that there could be some really reason for that one to happen later on into the offseason.
All right, I hope it happens, and I hope it's from a real account, not a burner. That'd be great.
But also Myles Garrett with one of the best bars in a goodbye post that you could have. Loving you is easy, leaving you is the hard part.
Love it.
Was that ChatGPT or AI? Or was that just like a song lyric that I'm missing? That is pretty funny.
Gotta be a song lyric, right?
I was going to say probably maybe a song lyric, but it's just a sweet backdrop to Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, and every Browns fan. Not going to bore you with all the 9 paragraphs that Myles Garrett put up there, but a 7-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and single-season sack leader.
In the discussion as a GOAT.
Yeah, for sure.
If he continues at his pace. All right, last one here. Are you buying or selling that Brewers fans have FOMO when they see Willy Adames playing for the Gigantes? Willy Adames, who hit 30 bombs last year, who signed the biggest contract. Like, as much as people love to slag on Joey Ortiz, he's equal, if not probably slightly better defensively right now than Adames, who is 31. Adames is a 7-year, $182 million man. If the Brewers had him at that number, would you be happier? Would you be, would you want him at that number? And when realizing, that he's 31 and that Cooper Pratt coming and Joey Ortiz holding it down right now.
Yeah, no, holding it down is a tough way of putting it, but I would say, I would say no, Drew, because I fundamentally have a problem with paying somebody when they have their best year in a contract year.
Totally.
And he had like the best year of his career in a contract year. And there used to be a point in college sports where guys graduated and you were happy for them. And then at some point they come back and they stand on the sidelines and they dap up a guy as they're coming off the side.
Yep.
Give him a little bit of motivational speech.
Is he that guy?
This to me feels like the Brewers are the U and Willy Adames is Ray Lewis coming back and just saying, man, proud of you guys. Proud of you guys. Keep playing. Keep playing. The FOMO I get is when he dumps Gatorade on somebody after a game.
Yeah, that's true. He had a grand slam on Sunday in Colorado. So he capped a month where he hit 292 in May, but he was batting under 200 in April. His OBP right now is a paltry 281.
That's bad. Really
but he's
bad.
Got 8 homers.
I think he'll, his
8 homers, 23 RBI, and a 281 on base.
The
Not even a 700
power
OPS.
is what's always given him value, which is still there, but he's got to get on base more. I think he'll do it as the year goes on. He did the same thing last year. Eventually, he'll have good numbers.
Yeah.
To Billy's point, though, is very true. I think what we miss about him is the excitement, the energy.
You miss Willie.
The Willie personality.
You missed the 32 and 112.
Yeah, that helped too.
Which is what I missed.
That helped too. But you didn't miss it for the money he's going to get now. So we had him for the right time in the right part of his career, and for what he gave us, it wouldn't be this good to have him now in that sense because of the money. And is he going to be consistent with those numbers, Drew? Is the other thing. But the personality everyone loved, and I think everyone's always going to like Willie. It's just, do I really miss him in that regard? No. To Billy's point, I think you had the right guy at the right time, and now it was the right move for him to move on. So
they had him when he was cheaper and more productive. So that's what the Brewers are in. That's the soup they're in. And now tonight you got Kyle Harrison against his former team who drafted him and then sent him in the Devers trade, and then Boston let him go. Oh baby, he's got something. He's probably got us a little something extra.
I was going to say
extra miles per hour tonight.
Kyle Harrison's going to be reaching back in that left arm here tonight. He's got something for the Giants there in that batter's box.
I think he's going to be okay. So we will, and we'll talk about that with Rock coming up. Bill Schroeder joins us at about 7:25. Matt Mueller joins us at about 6:40. But coming up next,
let's go Dolph.
Halftime. Scott Dolphin's going to join us. We didn't hit him up about the Bears Stadium thing yesterday. Got to get his thoughts about that. And finally, this whole Myles Garrett rocking the landscape of the NFL. That trade is
one of the craziest ones we've seen in a long time, Drew.
It's not hyperbole to say this transaction's on par with when Reggie White signed with Green Bay. You got the best defensive player going to a team like with a MVP quarterback.
With an MVP quarterback and a team that is hosting the Super Bowl. They're like, we want every reason for that game to have us in SoFi. Awesome move by Kroenke and company.
Wow. When we come back, it's halftime of the Huddle on Tuesday. Scott Dolphin's coming in from the country station on the Hall. You are in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Rolling through a Tuesday in the good land. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you. Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin, 920 Milwaukee, 1070 Madison, everywhere on that iHeart app, and streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. But don't go looking for X if you're looking for Armen Saryan. Because
yeah, you're not finding it.
He has been hacked. He is an imposter has taken over his account. Don't take any crypto advice from
it's not me.
The artist formerly known as Armen.
Unbelievable.
Or maybe do it. If this guy's got a Mercedes, then maybe it's the right move. They get into that crypto game and get you a new Benz.
And this jerk is still tweeting at guys last night saying, "Oh no, this is me. This is not me. This is not me. This is me now. I was hacked." Okay.
I think my favorite is Micah Ville said, I could tell you weren't hacked. There's no doubt about it. If you were hacked, the person who hacked you would have more interesting topics to discuss.
There you go. Okay, emotional damage.
Bill, what are we doing? Come on now.
I was hacked off. This didn't happen back in the day. Now they don't know who I am. No, this is me. I'm Armen Saryan. I was hacked. I'm not selling crypto. I don't own a Maybach. Or whatever that stupid car is, Maybach, whatever. Yeah.
By the end of the show, you're gonna pronounce it correctly.
Listen,
you listen to more rap, you'll figure it out.
If you think that I own a car that's in a Jay-Z video, then you know it's hacked. All right. No, I'm still driving a Kia. All right. Let's just get it out there.
I thought that was a beer.
Just rolling.
Maybach.
It is. You can get it on tap.
What a classic. Scott Dolphin from the country station down the hall has joined us from FM 106.
Plus the price of a house, that car. Like, it was crazy.
All right, Dolph, we're basking in the glow of big Brewers victory. Panthers fell short, but we were just discussing the blockbusters in the NFL with A.J. Brown getting traded and Myles Garrett, the best defensive player in the league, getting traded to what already some people thought was the best team, like the team that vanquished your Bears last year. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was at that game in the cold. I think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl. Maybe that's the obvious answer, simply because usually how often do the favorites actually win it, when it comes to the NFL. But boy, Myles Garrett is a one-man wrecking crew. Just how good he was on those pretty good Cleveland defenses. What's he going to do in L.A. under the bright lights with an already good super defense?
Well, and that's the cool thing, Dolph, is the lights, right? Because Myles Garrett does and has been a riser in his career. I bet he has something for that first game in LA, because they're going to open in Australia, right? Against the 49ers. Yeah. So then when they come back, I think games 2 and 5 are Monday night games. The Rams and Packers I think Rams have 7, Packers and a couple other teams have 6. The most primetime games in the sport this year. So they're going to be on TV all the time. You're going to see him a ton. And he's a showman, and he's one of the most explosive athletes that the sport has. And the other part, Dolph, to your point, where like these super teams or can work in the NBA, not really in Major League Baseball. Those are all like homegrown, the 90s Yankees and different things like that. But when you start seeing teams in the NFL that have brought in a bunch of collections of talents, I'm thinking of that Vince Young, Nnamdi Asomugha Eagles team that they're like, oh, this is the greatest team ever assembled to go 9-7.
Yeah.
But that team didn't necessarily have the MVP from a year ago. This is just like unifying of forces there, which is a tough one to stop.
I mean, they were banging on the door last year. This looks like they're clearly going for broke, right? I mean, you got a quarterback that's not going to live forever. Although apparently they have some...
He's going to get in some medicine, it sounds like.
They've got some, witch doctor voodoo type of chamber out there that they put Matthew Stafford in for a couple hours a day, and it's like a time machine sending him back to, his senior year at Georgia or something.
Sean McVay said, he can explain to all of what they were doing to get that back right, but I was just happy it happened. I was just glad it worked. All right, Sean, let's not put any incriminating evidence out there into a microphone.
Yeah, whatever it is, it did work. And what is the dude now? Is he 37, 38? How old is Stafford? How did that happen, by the way?
I think.
Yeah, he's.
How did what happened?
His career go by so fast.
Yes.
We're not getting any older.
Just turned 38.
Well, all those Lions years where they were not really good,
right?
Kind of went by, and you were just like, all right, whatever. Matt Stafford's getting older, but yeah, 37. I know we do feel old. I feel like he was just yesterday the hot shot at Georgia.
That's just
coming out with that shaggy hair and the cheerleader girlfriend that became one of the biggest podcasters.
Yeah, I was at Soldier Field this past January, brutal cold and snowing like crazy. And everybody's, oh, Stafford's going to melt. There's no way he's going to be able to play in the cold. Well, he played damn fine in the cold.
Because he played all those years, at Lambeau. And I don't know, he played at Chicago. It wasn't like his first rodeo, even though Detroit was indoor, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, you spend 5 years out in that LA sun, it'll change you real quick. There's enough people that go and snowbird out in Arizona and Florida. They come back for a 55-degree day in the middle of April. They're saying this is different.
I wouldn't know. I'll drive my Maybach there.
I can tell you firsthand, I spent 7 years out there.
That's right, you did, yeah.
And came back here. And my first winter in Milwaukee was 1994, 95. And it was like the coldest freaking winter on record. It was I was in agony. And I remember I had to be at a bank in Brookfield like the first weekend I was here, and I couldn't feel my toes or my ears or anything. I thought, what have I done?
I was like, the hell did I do?
What was I thinking? So,
good on crypto.
All right, Billy, is it safe? Would you say that the Browns are going to look back and say we won this trade, as great a player as Myles Garrett is? Because to get a guy like Verse, who's the next,
walking into his prime,
and have him for 2 years of cheap plus the draft picks, like the equivalent of 2 firsts.
I think it's the best move they could have made, right? Like outside of what you were maybe going to get from the Eagles, Verse is a better player than Philadelphia was going to put up, right? Like Nolan Smith, they weren't probably trading Jalen Carter. I can't imagine that was going to be on the table, but that's the kind of player Verse is. I mean, now his sack production, I think he's got 12 sacks in his career, but in the 2 years, but he was top 5 in pressures a year ago. He's a big time playmaker, and he was in the playoffs both of the last 2 years. So Drew, again, it's really tough this morning if you're on the Fan in Cleveland to put on a smiling face and say, we're much better right now, because you're not this year. But they're in year one of Todd Monken. They got Shedeur Sanders, who's got $17 million from the NFL for all of the royalty money that they brought in with the NFLPA. Wow. That's a crazy amount of money. Shows how much attention there was on Shedeur. But they can figure out if he's the guy, and now they have a ton of assets to try to get better.
It's like we used to say about Tampa Bay all those years. One of these years, the Browns are going to have to get better, aren't they?
Yes.
One of these years.
It's got to happen at some point. Now, the Bears don't play the Rams. Packers do.
I'm surprised the Bears don't play them. They seem to be.
Lost the division.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bears in the division. So the Bears play Seattle.
Yep. And the Bears will play the Patriots, where Brown is playing, because we play the AFC East this year.
AJ Brown.
But if you're going to go through the NFC, you're going to see Myles Garrett, right? Like that's now the deal, that if you're going to get through in the NFC, most likely you're going to have to go through LA, and then you're going to have to be able to try to slow down 95.
How about that division? I mean, if the 49ers could ever stay healthy, my God, you got the Seahawks. They're not going away. So the Rams are 6-1 to win the Super Bowl. Seattle, I would think, is right behind them, right, with Buffalo and probably
lost Walker, but I would think they're still
right in the chase. And the 49ers, you mentioned it, Dolph. I think in week 14, the 49ers were hosting Seattle, and if they won that game, they were going to have control to be the number one seed a year ago. So, I mean, they're right on the cusp as well. And everybody out in the West, the NFC North is the one where all 4 of the teams are phenomenal, because there's no Arizona in this league. But that top end over there is as good as anybody. And it is LA at 6-1, Baltimore 10-1, Buffalo 10-1, Seattle 11-1.
There you go.
Where are the Packers?
They are right behind the Lions.
Really?
Give me a break.
Now,
Lions and Chargers at 16-1, along with the Eagles, Patriots, and Packers. Oh, Packers are now back to 20-1 with the Broncos, Eagles, and Patriots sitting there at 18-1.
You could tell me I can put $100 down on the Bears at what, 20-something to 1?
Yeah,
25-1 Dolph.
Right. You can totally
25-1.
The
brings you back $2,600 on those Hammond Bears.
I mean, it might be worth a shot.
I was just looking at
but place that here. Place that here instead of down there at that bad casino down there in Hammond. All right. We don't want that nonsense.
I was just looking at the back end of the Bears schedule. They had the Thanksgiving Day game against the Lions, right? In Detroit. That's okay.
That'll be a fun game.
Then they're home against the Jags, at Miami, and their last 4 are at Buffalo, home against Green Bay, home against the Lions, and at Minnesota.
That's a tough finish.
That's a close.
That's a close.
Tough schedule, right? Do they still have the toughest schedule in the NFL that I see? The number one.
It's one of the toughest ones. I think the Lions somehow came out with one of the easiest schedules.
They're the last place schedule. But they're catching that. So Fascinating stuff when we got,
and it's inside of 100 days away. Less than 100 days away from the NFL to start. How about the NFL says, wait, oh, that's cute. You guys are playing your championships? You guys have that little NBA finals and the what is that? The Stanley Cup final? Yeah.
Final, yeah.
June 1st trade. So we're trading the greatest defensive player maybe of a generation. All NFL conversation.
Yeah. Where's Mark Cuban when you need a quote?
Fantastic.
Oh, man, that hog is getting fat, Dolph.
So true. So true. Dolph, thanks for dropping in.
Fellas.
Always love seeing you at halftime of our program. When we come back, Matt Mueller is going to join us to talk about his new foray into fatherhood and summer movies coming up. That's next. The Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Drew, Billy, and Armen bringing it to you on the Huddle. It's been a long time since we heard the dulcet tones of this walk-up song, which means we get to chat with our pal, Matt Mueller, new father.
Yeah. All
Matt,
right, Matt,
welcome back. Congratulations. How are things?
That's it.
Armen,
Throw the dad
wow.
cap on, Armen. Get the Armen's Twitter has been hacked off the scroll, and let's unmute
Yes,
Matt Mueller here. Come on now.
I've been hacked, and that's what happened there, Matt. You
Sorry, I'm out of practice. I'm
that was an Armen.
cooing a baby to sleep.
That was an Armen problem. Don't take the blame. I love the way you let your beard grow too, with the dad hat.
Yeah,
too, like
let's pretend like this is a choice I've made and not just a lack of time and effort on my part.
Is that one of those Patrick O'Donnell dad ones? The No Days Off, the one that Orlovsky wears? Is that the one, guys? Do you know
Armen,
if that's the
I know
same
so
brand?
little. Like my brain is scrambled egg. It is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like that those first few weeks. It's like
100%. It's so funny because in the first few weeks of being a dad, like you get all the texts from people being like, "Oh, it's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful journey. What a gift!" And all you're thinking is like, "I'm having a panic attack every 2 hours."
Yes.
Is
You're in
it?
the trenches, wearing out Google and Reddit to make sure everything's like
This yellow stuff is supposed to be beautiful.
Yeah,
Right? I now know what CD poop is.
You learn all the
It
different
looks like
variations
mustard.
for sure.
Yeah, it looks like. But
It looks
It
like
stinks like
mustard
no
gone
other.
wrong.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So how much
things are going well then?
Yeah, things are going well. I mean,
Things are going
what's-
well.
things are going well. No sleep, just like you said, panic attacks regularly. But the mantra that got me through, and I told my wife, people dumber than us have done this.
Amen to that.
That I think that's a big one. If this was hard, the human species wouldn't exist right now. So that's always a nice thing to
Exactly.
think about. And also the phrase everything's a phase in good ways and bad is something I
Correct.
think about, where it's like if you're in a good moment, it's just a phase, and if you're in a bad moment, it's just a phase.
It's just passing through. It's just passing through. I kept telling myself, trust the process. Trust the process.
Yeah, because that process really worked for the Sixers.
Because you're such a big Sixers fan, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, thankfully, my child wasn't like, Embiid and Daryl Morey, so it worked out. But yes, it didn't work for the Sixers, but it works for parenthood, fatherhood. Trust the process, because the phases pass, right, so quickly. Like, it just passed so quickly.
He's already grown out of one of his shirts, which is just absolutely shocking to believe. Like he's less than a month old and he's already like grown enough to like go out through a shirt. So it is incredible. It's beautiful. And so far so good. So far so alive. So that's
that's amazing.
That's the thing. As long as the heart keeps beating, and then also, this is the other tough part about it, Matt. And I had this conversation with a couple of my friends where there's only so much we can do, right? Like you want to be there. You want to be doing it all. You want to be the gritty lunch pail guy that does all the little things. Well, it's a lot of little stuff you're doing, and basically just staying out of the way. And can I get you anything? Can I get you anything? How many times have you tried to find a variation of, can I get you anything? Because that was mine of, no, stop asking me if you can get me anything. You just asked me 4 minutes ago. All right, now I got to spice it up a little bit. I'm playing the hits, but I got to have a little bit of variation, a little change up.
Yeah, it is that tough place, especially right now, because my wife can't leave the baby, obviously, because like if the baby starts fussing for food, only one person can help out with that.
Correct.
So like I have a little bit more leash than she does, but that also like then you feel a little bad because you're like, like there are things that you can do that I can't, and all that stuff. And I know we're very excited for when he starts bottle feeding, which just buys you like an extra mile of leash and just something
True.
resembling a little bit of freedom, which sounds weird to say, like to be like, I can't wait to get away from this child. But that's not what we're saying.
Okay.
It's just a matter of balance,
Well, but then you got to start cleaning those bottles. So that's
And I'm totally not going to tell you about the kid that I heard of that doesn't bottle feed, that you tried to force the thing into his mouth, and then you're like, come on, just eat the thing. Eat the thing. It's the same stuff. It's the same stuff.
It is a crazy thing.
That totally
to be
didn't
like,
happen to anybody on
the
this
baby
call.
doesn't know how to be a human yet. Like you are
Yeah.
training a human how to human, and you're just like, why don't you understand how to swallow things? Why are you so bad at eating?
It's fine.
because they don't know how to figure it out yet, Armen. That's why.
And that's why.
I can't reason with my
All part of the process. So, Matt, in your sleep deprived state, are you keeping up on the culture? Are you keeping up on the sports world? Are you, how are you occupying your time? What's on your radar these days?
Me and the kiddo definitely watched some Western Conference Finals, so that was
Okay.
fun. He has got a lot of thoughts about Chet Holmgren, and
Don't want him in Milwaukee.
we started the early days watching some movies, like catching up on some stuff and like watching some old classics and things like that. And then it was like, too much brain power being used. So now it's a lot of watching bad reality television. But I did get to the theater once or twice. I got to see Backrooms, and I got to see Obsession, which honestly, one of the biggest issues right now, if I was Disney, was I only have so much time to go to a movie theater, and when I went, I chose not to see the new Star Wars movie because it was not as culturally relevant as other things in theaters. So Disney, take a look at yourself, look in the mirror, look at your choices. So, but yeah, I've been keeping up a little bit.
Well, and keep off of the Disney as long as you can, because right now you still have control of the remote. So like, enjoy being able to show, hey, buddy, this is the real classic until Bluey becomes the classic, because that day will come quicker than you know. But now you still get to institute the knowledge. Armen got mad at me when we brought our firstborn home. First game I showed him was 2014 NFC Championship game.
Why you starting,
buddy? You got to learn. Life's tough. All right, this stuff is not easy. We then went to Game 7 of 2018 NLCS. You start learning that the light, as Drew, you say, 90% of being a sports fan is getting kicked in the nads. Yep. That's kind of about being a man as well. So we got to learn these kind of lessons early. So maybe just dial up, I don't know, the wild card game from this year in the 21-3 second half, and then teach the youngsters some life lessons early.
Yeah, he's been spoiled so far because ever since he arrived, the Brewers have been just killing it, and I just want to be like, it's not going to be like this forever, kiddo. Like, we're all real happy right now, but
we're going to be that girl at Sox Park at some point.
Yeah, at some point we'll have to play the Dodgers in the playoffs, and that'll probably go bad.
Are you? Go ahead. Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
Oh no, but yeah, it is also that fun phase of like you can kind of just have anything on TV, and he can't hear anything. So we've been watching a lot of Welcome to Wrexham and catching up on that.
There you go.
They're swearing up. They're British, like, so they're using all the 4-letter words, and I'm just like, is this bad for the baby that he's in the room while the head coach is like using colorful language to describe their performance? It's like, I'm sure this is fine, right? He can't even hear me right now. He can't call
you. Won't remember anything. Won't remember anything. And I was gonna say, at least look at it this way. I mean, you're at the best time in history to be up in the middle of the night for what you do, because you can at least stream anything. That's true. You don't have to wait for a movie to, at least if it's 3 a.m. now, I'm sure you're happy now to see streaming movies. Like, oh, okay. Because once upon a time, all they had in the middle of the night was that Time Life Love Song Collection infomercial.
That's true. Hey, a friend of mine got into soccer while those late night holding the screaming baby, like there's nothing on but European soccer. And then he was never a soccer guy, but he was a hockey guy. And he's like, oh, they attack the goal the same way. It's kind of like hockey. I get this now. This is okay.
I'm into this now.
It's almost a shame that the World Cup is on normal kind of U.S. time zones this year, because this would have been a great year for them to be in, Abu Dhabi or something like that for me. Like, it would be great to be like, oh, it's 4:00 in the morning. Well, I guess I'll watch Uruguay versus, Uganda or something.
Or 4 months ago watching the Olympics, right? If they're,
it would have been perfect.
That's what I had in Parrot for 26.
Here you go, bud. Downhill skiing. Congratulations. This is what life is all about.
Yeah, and then 20 years from now, it's like, oh, he turned into the next Bodie Miller. Who would have known?
That is pretty good.
Or then you should have just shown him that cool biathlon where all of a sudden they're pulling out the gun out of the back after they go with the cross country ski. There's a lot of good ones that you can train in there as well. But how much has also, you mentioned the Brewers, Matt, pitching staff's unreal. Would they have to start making like movies about a Jacob Mizorowski start? Because this is crazy territory that he's on. And it seems like a made in Hollywood battle of him and Christopher Sanchez for this May pitcher of the month.
I feel like one of these days the Brewers do an insane trade with a team and they get like 3 incredible players quietly. Thing is so strange, because who's the guy they got from the Red Sox in exchange for Durbin, who's turned out to be terrible over in Boston?
Kyle Harrison,
Harrison, yeah, it's just like they keep kind of low-key fleecing all these teams, and they get these incredible guys from them. And, we'll see how long it holds up. I mean, obviously, it's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and, we're only a few months in. But the Brewers, a lot of people have said it, like, they should not be this sustainable. And yet here they are season after season coming back and finding this really talented group of dudes, and then you still have a pretty deep minor league bench right now. So I got to keep reminding the kiddo, it's not. I grew up on the rough years, those early Miller Park years where they had to tackle the manager from going out to the pitching mound to stop him from accidentally making a pitching change he didn't want to make, and Alex Sanchez laughing in the outfield about botching caught balls and stuff like that. Like
great moments. Yeah. Great moments.
How many dads that was what I was grown up on. This is also weird to me to see the Brewers consistently really good.
How many old dads were wondering when they said we're talking about Pablo Sanchez last night? They're like, wait, do they mean Alex Sanchez?
Alex Sanchez.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have been there last night for the backyard baseball. Man, that I wasted most of my childhood on those backyard games. So good. Pablo Sanchez, Kenny Kawaguchi, just all stars.
Yes, Pablo was the absolute
They're back on
best.
PS5, by the way, Matt. They're on PS5. You're available on the Switch, and they're good. They have
don't tell
redone
me
them the
that,
right
Billy.
way.
I'm trying to keep a human alive right now. You can't be telling me.
You got to teach them. You got to
All
teach
right,
them the
Matt,
classics.
On the way out here, Masters of the Universe and Scary Movie all opening this weekend. Both opening this weekend. And what could be a huge summer for movies with the Odyssey coming out and a Spider-Man at the back end and Toy Story, Moana. What's the number one movie that you're looking forward to this summer, Matt?
I mean, it's got to be the Odyssey. Christopher Nolan has very few misses on his resume, a lot of incredible hits. I'm really excited to see what he does with the Odyssey. Obviously, such a big, epic story. And I just love the fact that the summer has so many different types of movies this year. You've got comedies, you've got these horror movies, you've got, scary movie. It's no longer just franchise movies. So I think that's awesome.
It's a good step in the right direction. Matt, thanks for getting up early with us. Enjoy your time at home. You're going to look back on these days fondly, even though it's tough.
This was sleeping in for me today. So thank you, guys.
I love it. All right. Thanks, Matt.
See you, buddy.
All right. Go.
I'm Doug Russell. We start at American Family Field, where it was a laugher and a get-right game for one of the Brewers' best players. Home cooking is maybe what Bryce Terang needed. He had been hitless in his last 21 at-bats heading into Monday night.
Fly ball to center. It's back, and it's over the head of Cox. Here comes Terang. Chourio scores. Terang will stop at third.
I felt like I was a click away, and the balls I did hit hard were just right to him. So you just control what I can control, and having quality at-bats.
Terang got a ton of help from his teammates. The final score 16-2. The Brewers hammer the Giants. Same two teams again tonight. And the Milwaukee Panthers baseball Cinderella postseason run is over. They lose to Auburn in the NCAA tournament regional final last night, 8-3. The final hour of the Huddle starts now. I'm Doug Russell on Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin.
Good morning, Wisconsin, and welcome to the Huddle.
I'm all for someone huddling if you have something to say.
It's time to wake up and talk about the teams you love.
Everybody wake up! Everybody wake up!
With the guys you love.
It's just about getting the group together. I need you, you need me today. Let's keep touching each other. Let's make sure we feel each other. Let's make sure we smell each other's breath.
Watch us on YouTube, Facebook, and X.
You need 15 or 20 huddles to correlate with the number of cameras. Take the cameras off the field, then there'll be no huddles.
Now gather around because it's time to huddle up.
West left slot, 323 wide stick on one. Ready, Biller for blitz. If it looks like man coverage, I'll check. I'll go 200 hit. You got to cut and crack. Now cut and crack. Red, right, 18 bob on one. Ready, cut him and crack.
If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and to try to run this play in the alley.
We got exactly what we got to do. All right? That's all the good boy got to do. Let's go out and kick the tape. All right? Hey, yo. 1, 2, 3. Keep doing what you're doing. Get our guys after and make the play. Be right all the way outside. Wide, left, fake, 396 bag, D hand, C puck. Is that long enough for you?
I want you to be proud of your profession. It's a great profession. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
With Drew Olson,
Mythical, legendary figure.
Bill Schmid,
Oh, my God. This man's been out all night.
and Armen Sarian.
This is it. Don't get scared now.
Sanchez, we ready?
Fox Sports Radio Wisconsin is on the air.
On the air, taking no prisoners on a Tuesday. It's the Huddle. Drew, Billy, Armen bringing it to you. And you can reach us, 877-794-1973, nicoletlaw.com, talk and text line. A lot of real estate to cover this hour of the program. Bill Schroeder joins us in about 25, 30 minutes from right now. So if you're awake and you're just getting up, moving around, tell your friends and family that The Rock is going to be joining us in the wake of a 16-2 victory by the Brewers last evening at American Family Field, Game 1 against the Giants. The Willie Adames return tonight. Kyle Harrison faces his initial club.
Yeah, and man, last night you see Kyle Harrison, obviously the mainstay out of that trade with the Red Sox, but also last night Shane Drowan goes and he was the other piece in the other arm there, and that was a bit. It sounds kind of lame when it's only 4 innings, Drew, 4 hits and 2 runs, but he throws 68 pitches when they need some length. Their back end of the rotation is a question right now. They've been so good pitching because Miz and Harrison have been so electric at the top, but you're starting to wonder who's going to take some of these starts. And Shane Drowan's just been the guy of whatever they tell me to get outs, I'm just going to go out there and get a couple of outs. Well, he got enough of them last night, and when they give you a 7-piece in the bottom of the second inning, just pump the zone with strikes, and that's what he was doing last night. One of the more important parts of a 16-2 win last night, I thought, were those first 4 innings.
Yeah, eating up innings, and he did a good job. He's been doing a good job, I think. He's been kind of under the radar in that sense because, Miz and Harrison, the other guys have been so good, but I think he's been hanging in there, and you're right, Billy. If you can get 16 runs, your job is to go there and eat up innings, and we're good to go.
And do it as quick as possible. Don't mess around. And if you walk anybody, we're going to have a conversation. It felt like after he got that run support, Drew, he said, all right, sweet. I know where that box is. I'm going to fill it up and go out there and see if you can hit it.
Quite impressive. Yeah. That's the attitude.
It's a good a different mindset that you have to have at that moment. And they need somebody to eat, because right now their back end with the Priester question, however long it's going to take for Woody, they need some arms, and somebody's going to be able to step up and grab one of those spots.
Yeah.
All right. Time for a little Who's Hot, Who's Not, brought to us by Donovan Jorgensen Heating and Cooling, the HVAC specialists, employee owned for 40 years. Billy, who do you got for who's hot and who's not?
Well, we got a couple of Detroit Tigers finding their way into the mix here.
They've been in the not hot category.
They've been in the not category for a while, so that's why we got to give them a little round of applause here. When your boy, one of the greatest names in all of sports, Dylan Dingler, goes out for a 4-hit, 4-ribby night last night. Hit a 2-run shot in there and also had a solo shot, an RBI double right in front of Armen's favorite, Kerry Carpenter, not of the Carpenters.
Okay. All right.
Not of the sweet tones of the Carpenters.
Yes,
he had a 3-hit night as well, but some big offense last night. A 10-9 finish with the Tigers and Rays. Then there was also a 9 spot put up by the Twins. You want to talk about another team that's been in the very much not category? Twins found themselves in the hot category last night because they put up 9 runs, and thanks large part to one of my favorites and one of my all-time deadline goals for the Milwaukee Brewers. Josh Bell with a 2-hit night last night.
Woo.
Josh Bell with a 2-hit night last night.
Every deadline for the last how many
For
years?
the last every single show that every single year that you and I have been working together, I've thrown out, hey man, Josh Bell's going to be available at the deadline. Let's think about adding somebody over at first base that can play professional hitter, switch hitter. Let's maybe add Josh Bell. And then once again, I got news for you. He's probably going to be available at the deadline. He's probably going to be available at the deadline because the Twins are probably going to be selling once again. Angels not hot as they continue their losing streak. But the Rockies, after getting pummeled by the Giants a couple of days ago, bounced back off the mat, put up a 9 spot yesterday. But for the Brewers, the hot Shane Drowan grabs himself that 0 for 21 coming into last night was Bryce Durang.
Yeah.
How do you change that, Drew? Well, how about this? We walk twice, hit a double, a triple, score 2 runs, drive in a couple. Yeah, I think slump solved.
Slump. He's no longer the mayor of Slump City.
Slump solved for Bryce Durang, and it always helps when you get a position player on the mound. So David Hamilton can have a 3-hit night as well last night.
Hey, another guy that's hot is if you guys saw this, Pewockee's own Milan Momcilovic, the Iowa State star who was going to go to the draft, came back out, and I think we know why now as he's announced his commitment to Kentucky. #1 portal transfer available, and he's not doing it because he loves bluegrass, I'm sure. So congrats to him and his family for the good fortune they're about to come upon. And Momcilovic is going to be a Kentucky Wildcat playing for Mark Pope.
Man, when there's 7 figures on the table, that's a hard thing to turn away.
I was going to say, a 6'8" junior. Armen, how glad are you he didn't end up at St. John's?
I'm pretty glad about it. They've been really killing it, obviously, in the transfer game. I want the Big East to be good, but Patino's been doing such a good job, and Marquette's got to try and start to win again. So that is a good thing, I would say, although you do think about the health of your conference. So that's always an internal struggle. Also Wildcat, Louisville and Illinois, Arizona, were also in the mix. But he was the best shooter in college last season. I think you could say that. He's almost 50% from 3. So.
I was going to say there was a moment where they took out a certain amount of his threes. He had a run of what? He missed like 20 in a row or something like that, and he still was a 40% 3-point shooter.
Which is amazing when you start thinking about it. So maybe that was a correction, regression, however you want to say it. He's a really good college player, and he's going to help the Wildcats for sure next year.
Also would have thought he would have been an intriguing NBA player, right? Like at some point, I think he's going to be an intriguing NBA player. But if the reports are accurate, if it's $4, $5, $6 million, that's a hard thing to walk away from. And
that's right.
I had one of my guilty pleasures is Drew during college basketball season. I love following Matt Jones, who came up with Kentucky Sports Radio. One of the goats in local sports radio is Matt Jones. And he was on this a little bit over the weekend. He's like, Momcilovic announcement coming here soon. And people are like, so what? He goes, hold off on the big one. But he's going back into the college. So people knew around there into those Kentucky parts that this Momcilovic piece was a big ad and a big piece that Kentucky was planning to. Hey man, you want to talk about the Kentucky bluegrass? It hits different. Big Blue Nation hits different. I'm excited to see him in Rupp Arena because those people freaking love hoops. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on their priority list, and then family seems like it might come in number 6. And people love Kentucky basketball. That is a heck of a walk-in. And when you're grabbing that kind of cash, it's going to go a long way. It's going to go a long way in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yes, indeed. And during the draft process, he was putting up some wild numbers, I guess, in some of his workouts. There was one report that he was in the combine, and in the pool of players, he shot like 69% in the 4 shooting drills. So obviously, he's got a future ahead of him. Right now, it's at Kentucky, and so yeah, Pewockee's own. Congrats, another Iowa State product from Wisconsin or Milwaukee area that went to Iowa State, now is matriculating on to Kentucky. So who's hot, who's not? There's some guys out there, that's for sure.
Donovan Jorgensen, for all your heating and cooling needs. They service the equipment at Stately Olson Manor.
Let's go. All right, got that thing tuned up.
Indeed,
the right time to do it, man. It is the time, because otherwise you're going to be caught.
Even
flat-footed.
Even a console. Get the air conditioner tuned up. Make sure it's ship shape, and they can tell you how to, protect it outside. If you have one of the outside units, make sure you're,
Which I did not realize Drew was a thing. I didn't know until I was a homeowner. Oh my God. They're like, wait a second. You're not blowing this thing? You're not blowing all the leaves out of this thing?
You better do it.
You have to realize those are the things you learn, and you're like,
cleaning a dryer vent. It's stuff you got to do.
Yeah, otherwise you're catching yourself with your pants down. So other companies might think that they got a lot of things going on. Donovan Jorgensen is a heating and cooling company, largest employee HVAC company in the state of Wisconsin. They also got that sweet new location near the old Stately Olson Manor coming in Menominee Falls. So West Dallas, New Berlin, McGuanago, you know where to go. DonovanJorgensen.com.
Check them out for sure. It's a buy or sell Tuesday. Hit us up with those 877-794-1973, NicoletLaw.com, talking text. You're buying or selling that when he walks into the booth and starts doing games, Russell Wilson will eventually surpass Tony Romo as an analyst of the National Football
Interesting.
League.
Look at you, Drew. That's a hot one.
That's a good question, because my first thought is, well, he's going to be too polished, too boring.
I think he's going to be phenomenal.
But he might be good. You just never know how to work.
Yeah.
I think he's got to lean into a personality.
JJ Watt has been really good. Romo, like everybody knows, that he started out hot and now he's kind of
he'd be in the not
falling out of favor.
Now.
Yeah, he's fallen out of favor.
There's a full circle ring that you go through with Tony Romo, where it's like boyish charm, loves games. Man, this is kind of fun. Then he asks Jim Nantz what he would do on 3rd and 8, and you're like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah,
wait, that's why you are here, Tony. So there's the full circle you get. I wonder if Watt would take over the mantle before Wilson would over there on CBS, but there's a couple of things holding JJ Watt back. And the number one thing, not a quarterback, not a cowboy. Yeah. Right? Like those are the two things that put you in the main chair and give you a real chance to be there. He doesn't have either one of those. Russell Wilson, quarterback, and you say maybe too polished. I think he's going to be
as opposed to Brady.
Yeah, it also seems like Wilson's a little bit humbled now, where maybe if you can find it in you to laugh at yourself, you become really, really good in that chair. And I think he might have unlocked that over the last couple of years. Might have gotten humbled to that point.
Like a little RG3. He started doing something. When RG3 was doing games, he was eating the big burrito and doing funny stuff.
No, I'm not saying you got to be a clown. I'm not saying you got to run a 40-yard dash with a cape on.
He did that as well. Because if it's just the, unwavering language and all that stuff, you can't do that either, because that'll be too much robotic. This is just like, this is all a matter of taste, right? Subjective. This is just my opinion. So I'm curious to see. He's obviously knows football. He's obviously very well spoken. All those things are good. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, but okay, I get your point. Don't be a total clown, but a little personality is my point. Participate in a little bit of hijinks.
That's right.
Do you want to see all that fun and frivolity that RG3 was doing, Drew, or do you want it to be more down the middle, calling the game? A little bit
more call the game, yeah, a little bit.
Because that's where I like Brady. Yeah. Like I know some people don't necessarily love it. I thought he got a lot better over year 2.
He has improved a lot.
He got better, yeah, sure.
Whereas Romo's regressed.
Yeah, and
not as entertaining.
And maybe it's not surprising that. Again, I'm not saying Tony Romo wasn't a hard worker at any point in this, but Tony Romo's also working pretty hard at trying to make the PGA Tour, it seems like, right? Yeah. So like when there's a couple of things pulling you in that direction, now Brady's got another thing pulling him, like the Las Vegas Raiders, in a certain direction. Yep. I wonder how long he stays in it, but I think he continues to get better. I would wonder, though, this next crop of guys, Russell Wilson, after 4 years in the NFL, felt like he was starting to align himself for a broadcasting job.
Definitely.
I also wonder at what point he had that conversation with Sierra and his agency, and they said, all right, Mr. Unlimited, here's the problem. pretty limited on the options. pretty limited on the quarterbacking options.
Unless you want to go to Canada.
Maybe we grab a microphone and see how much you like that one.
And see how much easier that is. And,
a little easier on the body, a little more money that he's going to be making.
For sure.
I mean, he made a bunch of money on that Denver contract, but the last 2 years, I think he played for the minimum. So he's definitely getting more than that, I would appear at CBS.
Going to get an upgrade.
All right, we have a buy or sell on the text line. It's something we haven't talked a lot about yet, but it did pop a little bit yesterday in the 608. Are Illinois lawmakers buy or sell betting Hammond calling his bluff, basically? Go ahead, McCaskey's announced the move. Dare you? Is it what's the next level in this saga of this never-ending Illinois legislature versus Pritzker versus the Bears versus all that, guys? Buy or sell, what's going to happen?
I just pop popcorn and watch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, deadline spur actions. They don't want to move to Indiana. They'd rather be in Arlington Heights.
I think they want the deal though. That Indiana.
Yeah, but they want Arlington Heights. They want the sweetheart deal.
That's the problem. They want their cake and eat it too. They want the land that they already own. They have the Arlington Heights land, but they're not going to get the certainty that they are from Indiana. And the Indiana package, from a business perspective, is far greater than anything Illinois is going to give you. And it does depend on the public backlash that you feel like you're going to get. The one positive for the Bears, and I think the one positive for Hammond would be, I think people are so beaten down and done with it. Like Bears fans are. They're like, just do it already.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Just go and do it.
Make a call.
Where it almost feels like Bears fans have turned more onto the Illinois legislature than from the McCaskies. They're like, we totally understand it. Just go build it. And I guess we'll drive across the border.
Great point. And I think that's the play for the Bears. Like, if fans are going to turn on you, they're doing a good job kind of reframing it to make the government the villain, which is an easy one for everybody. As we know, people love doing that. So if you make them the villain and not the Bears, But this is an interesting thing, and it's a very, very important thing because this is a move you can't undo, right? You can't unbreak this egg. So once you make this move, you can't change your mind in 2 years and say, all right, we want to really go back to Arlington. Like, make sure this is still the move you want to make. So what do they say? How the sausage is made? Just show me the baby. This is it's a bloody process right now.
Show me the baby sausage, bloody process.
I don't know what that was.
Okay, I was hacked. Okay, I can't really.
His mind's in a Mercedes, Drew.
I was hacked. Hey, we need a Current Electric superhero of the day. And since there was no NHL game, that'll be tonight. There's no NBA game. That'll be tomorrow night. I'm nominating King Vaughn.
Ooh, okay.
Last 10 games, Andrew Vaughn hitting .424 with 5 doubles, 4 RBI, and 5 runs scored. Pretty good.
Yeah, I love it, Drew. And
no homers, but
but hey, if you're plugging gaps, no pause, we'll be okay with it. And he's on one of those runs where you realize he's a real professional hitter. Is that one of the overused cliches in all of baseball?
Yeah, but it's a compliment, and if it fits, professional hitter.
And he does. I mean, whether or not it's a pinch hit role where it doesn't seem like he's super comfortable, he's gone in and given you what you want. He battles when he's in there, and he's been so much better coming off of the IL than you would have anticipated. It also is Lou Gehrig Day today, so I think we can celebrate that to an ode to first baseman as well. And Andrew Vaughn, going to end a lot of hopes and dreams. Going to end a lot of nightmares, or spark up some more nightmares for those folks on the south side. So I love that for Andrew Vaughn being our Current Electric superhero of the day.
Call current.com.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a point to where you were kind of like, at least I was in the back, like last year was great. Back in my mind, I'm like, all right, was this more of a flash in the pan type year? Will Andrew consistently keep this up? Will he be able to be a mainstay? And he's been really good. So that's a really good sign. Obviously, for him and for the Brewers, that he's been able to maintain the performance that he kind of burst on the scene with, because he didn't do it in Chicago, really.
No, and also still, Drew, one of my favorite reminders of the day that Andrew Vaughn got traded to the Brewers was the day that we had our big Brew-a-Palooza last year over at the ballpark. Right. And sorry, I mean, maybe we helped out. Maybe we brought some of those good vibes.
Turning point of the season.
As we were laughing, saying he's going to have a moment for the big league club. Oh, wait, or 15 to 20 and a t-shirt day. I don't know. As we sat there in Barrel Yard, there was no chance we thought that t-shirt day in the middle of July was possible for Andrew Vaughn.
No chance.
Also, really quick, I want to say rest in peace to the great Rick Adelman. He also passed. Hall of Fame coach, died at 79 as
Son
well.
coaches the Nuggets, right?
Son coaches the Nuggets. He was a great, great coach and kind of an offensive savant or revolutionary.
Yeah, I was
in
going to say
some
pretty
ways.
revolutionary in
Yeah,
offense and basketball.
He really was. He had some great teams. Couldn't quite get over the hump to ever win a championship. It came close a lot of times. It was with those good Blazers teams in the early 90s. It lost the Bulls and the Rockets, of course. So rest in peace, Rick Adelman at 79.
You want to do some superhero stuff today, go to callcurrent.com for information on how you can make sure everything's up to code, and they'll go above and beyond and trying to get you a generator, lighting installation, everything there. But also Obvious Shirts today is Lou Gehrig Day. Good time to channel and help out our boy Boog Shambi in the fight against ALS. He does a tremendous job as an advocate for it. And it is one of the most disgusting, debilitating diseases of all time. Wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. And as soon as we can get the research to have that disease eradicated, the better our lives will be, because it is a sick, sick one that everybody with it needs our support.
Indeed.
With you
Well
on
said,
that.
Billy. Well said.
Well said. Well said. All right. When we come back, we will be joined by our buddy Bill Schroeder from Brewers TV. Hot off the presses, 16-2 victory last night. Big fun night at the ballpark. Rock was in the chair. He will be again today and throughout the series. We'll talk to Bill Schroeder next. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Continuing the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin, AM 920, Milwaukee, 1070, Madison, everywhere on the iHeart app, streaming live, Facebook, YouTube, and X. NicoletLaw.com, talking text line 877-794-1973. Don't call now, however, because the line one belongs to our pal Bill Schroeder from Brewers Television, fresh from a 16-2 thrashing of the Giants last evening. Good morning, Rock. Thanks for joining us.
Guys, how you doing? Good to be back with you. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Kidding.
Been a while, but it's good. It's good to have you back in the chair last evening. This is like a weird stretch of schedule. The Brewers are only home for these quick four against the Giants and then back out on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't have many games to do in June. I'm doing 60 games these days and spread out my schedule. So it was great to get back at it yesterday. Just love getting to the ballpark early and seeing everybody and getting down on the field. And I mean, it's been, and I say this all the time, this job has been a blessing to me, and I just can't imagine not doing it. And it's always great seeing the guys and the people we work with, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, you've been a blessing to Brewers fans, Rock, for a long time, and I speak as one where you've narrated my entire life of Brewers games. I don't know what it would be without you, so I'm glad you're doing any. But I got to ask, at what point, you had the big celebration last year that they give the ode and maybe a walk of fame. Have you ever gotten to sit in the owner's seats like Pablo Sanchez did last night? Like, is that a certain level of tenure you get for a game in the owner's seats?
I guess, I've never sat down there because whenever I go to the ballpark, I'm working. I don't go as a fan too often. And if I do go as a fan, bring the kids or whatever, we're sitting in the upper tank or something. But anyway, it was good to see somebody with a bigger head than me in the stadium yesterday.
And a huge one.
I felt really bad for those people in that section. He was sitting in front. Although we did get 7 runs in that inning. So
well, that's the thing.
Although there were a bunch of people in that section who didn't see one pitch.
That's right. Anyway. That's the thing. Is he's a good luck charmer. They're gonna have to bring him back. I mean, the way the Brewers were in that inning.
Man,
sit behind Pablo Sanchez or Duffy Dyer. Take your choice. Which one are you going to?
Yeah, right.
Block your view.
My helmet, Duffy Dyer, Bruce Bochy. You can ice a 6-pack in those helmets. It's like it's amazing. But they're giving away the Pablo Sanchez bobblehead here coming up. So it's kind of a big deal, right? It's a video game, backyard baseball video game, and I never knew any of it until we started with these promos. And it's I think it was interesting to watch that character walking around the ballpark yesterday.
Oh my God, I had a lot of days where my mom yelled at me to get ready for dinner while I was sitting there playing with Pablo Sanchez in backyard baseball, backyard football, backyard hockey.
All grew up playing it. Yelich, all these guys.
Yeah,
he could definitely rake. He could definitely rake. Hey, Rock, we are 57 games in. We always say Memorial Day is the first day you can start looking at the standings, but we're 57 games in, and the Brewers have tied their best start through 57 games in franchise history, 36-21. Even as hot as they've been the last month, it doesn't feel like the best, and maybe that's a good thing because I feel like the Brewers can play better than they are, even though they're tied the best record in franchise history. Is my logic flawed?
Well, I mean, there's parts of the game that couldn't be going any better. I mean, the pitching, for instance. I mean, you get guys that come up from the minor leagues and get the job done. You got Chad Patrick doing what he's doing, and not to mention Mizorowski. I mean, this guy's off the charts. It's amazing how good he's become, and Harrison tonight. I mean, I think the offense could be a little bit more consistent, but I think every team in baseball can say that. I mean, I think offenses, it comes and goes. The pitching is so good these days, and guys are throwing harder than they've ever thrown, and getting hits is not easy. I think that as you go down the stretch and you get close into the postseason, not to say that that's a cinch, but you like to see a little bit more power out of the guys. How many times you go into a game for 16 runs and no homers?
No homers.
I mean, that's amazing. It's amazing the way they're playing 1960s, 1970s baseball. And great defense, great pitching, timely hitting. They just work the counts. I mean, and they just wear pitchers out with, they're at bats each and every guy, and it's a lot of fun to watch. It's got to be maddening playing the Brewers and watching them go about their business these days.
And how much different does the lineup look when, for a long time, we were asking you which one's going to be more important? When can these guys come back? Are they Yelich, Churio, Vaughn? Man, the lineup just looks so different, so much deeper when those guys are in it. And when Bowers has played the way he has, it's a pretty impressive pull from last year into the playoffs, such a good spring training. And the lineup just looks so different when your mainstays are back in there.
Well, look what Vaughn has done since he's come back. What's he hitting, like 350, something like that? I mean, he's just driving the ball the other way, and Churio doing his thing, and even when some of the guys are struggling, there's going to be a couple of guys swinging the bats well. I mean, you win a game 2-0 on Sunday, and then you win a game 16-2 on Monday. So it's kind of crazy the way the offense comes and goes. But I mean, those three guys. It's not just what they do on the field and how good they have been at the plate and things like that. It's just the sense for all the guys and the coaching staff. Now we are finally healthy and we're whole offensively. I mean, there was a big hole in that lineup with those three guys out. Yelly was out for a while, and then Vaughn and Churio, and I mean, it put a lot of pressure on some of the other guys. And, I was saying on the air yesterday, it's like, when you have your mainstays on the injured list and they're not healthy and they're not able to play, your bench players take more of an important role. But I don't know if that's the case because Murph uses all of his guys all the time. I don't think there's too many guys that sit the bench for weeks on end and not get in the game. I mean, even if they don't start, you're going to get in the game, and that's kind of National League Baseball. But before the DH was implemented in the National League, but still, it's a lot of fun to watch. You never know what you're going to see. You never know who's going to pop up in the stands like Pablo Sanchez. But it's going to American Family Field is an amazing experience, and even for people that really aren't diehard baseball fans, there's something for everybody at that ballpark, and that's what's so great about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We were talking with Bill Schroeder, Brewers TV. Brewers again facing the Giants again tonight. Game 2, 6:40 start. Billy mentioned Jake Bowers, who's been raking. He wins the game for them with a homer on Sunday. Last night, interesting night. 6 plate appearances on a night when the Brewers had 18 hits as a team, none by Jake Bowers, but he walked 4 times. 4 of the 11 walks he produced. So in 6 plate appearances, Rock, he didn't put the ball in play. He had 2 punch outs and 4 walks. That doesn't happen every night. That's another one of those, like, you don't see that every night.
No, and again, I mean, it's he's swinging at strikes, right? I mean, it's not like he's swinging at pitches in the dirt and over his head. He still has a good eye at the plate. The guys, I mean, each and every guy that the Brewers send up there to the plate. I mean, there's not a whole lot of wild swingers up there. They may take some big hacks until they get 2 strikes, and then the at bat begins. But Jake's having a fantastic season. I mean, where would the Brewers be without him? Whether it be at first base, had a great game defensively on Sunday out in Houston in left field. So he's showing his versatility. Murph's not afraid to put him in there. And Yelich yesterday wasn't in the initial starting lineup. I think he talked his way into the lineup. He struggled a little bit on Sunday, but when one guy's getting it, not getting it done, the other guys are picking him up. Now all of a sudden, David Hamilton is starting to swing the bat, and Renjifo, and bottom of the order is getting it done for the Brew Crew. So that's what was happening last year. As the season went on, bottom of the order getting on, top of the order coming up to the plate with men on base, and that really puts a lot of pressure on the pitcher that they're facing that particular night.
Rock, I want to ask one of the things that kind of in this Brewers hot streak, I don't know that we're paying enough attention to it, is William Contreras' bat and his. We always, Murph always goes out his way to talk about how he handles the pitchers and navigates them through the games and calls a great game, but he's also the best catch and throw catcher. He's the whole package, and he's having a good season. And I think he's kind of going like under the radar a little bit.
Well, yeah, because everybody's talking about the Miz, right? And I think he has a lot to do with the way Mizorowski's throwing the baseball. I mean, he's been handling pretty well, but I think Sunday it was Sanchez behind home plate, if I'm not mistaken. So, Contreras is the full package. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, he's the guy you want up at the plate. I mean, he goes to right field. He can pull the ball out of the ballpark, and he's a hard worker. I mean, and his defensive capabilities back behind home plate are outstanding. You know, when he came over from the Atlanta Braves, it was, you know, the word on him was he's all bat, you know, needs a lot of work behind home plate. I never saw that from day one in spring training when he came over from Atlanta. He was a good defensive catcher. He didn't get too many opportunities to catch behind home plate. But I will say this, he's worked hard at his craft. I know Charlie Green, the Brewers catching instructor, has worked hard with him. And the one thing you love about Contreras is that he wants to play every single day. He does not want to come to the ballpark and sit on the bench. And you gotta admire a guy for that, especially a catcher. You don't see guys catching every day like he does these days.
Well, Rock, and he wants to play every day. They need him in there every day. And a guy that has been an everyday guy and now seems to be working in and out of it is Joey Ortiz. He comes in last night, helps when the Tarps Off boys are giving the Joey O chance. You can tell the smile that comes to his face when that happens. But he's been grinding so hard, and that whole left side of the infield feels much maligned with Rengifo and Hamilton. But are you seeing those guys maybe pulling themselves out of it a little bit? Because they bring so much value, especially him defensively.
Well, Rengifo is starting to swing the bat pretty well. I mean, he's having a good stretch right now. I mean, you know, he got off to a horrible start, but now he's swinging the bat. He's getting his hits, you know, and, you know, Hamilton as well. I mean, he's starting to swing. He hit a home run in Houston the other day. So, you know, like I said, bottom of the order guys are at the bottom of the order for a reason. They give you good defense and what they do offensively. And I know this day and age, I mean, everybody's got a hit because the bat plays. So, you know, Joey's been struggling, no doubt about that. It's not for lack of effort, but this is a results-oriented business, and you can work really hard, but you still got to, you know, get it done. But what he does defensively is off the charts. There's not a better shortstop in all the game. There are great ones out there, but, I mean, Joey has been terrific. I mean, you know, throwing arm. And that play that Hamilton made yesterday in short center field, I mean, that was an unbelievable catch. I mean, people don't realize how difficult that is when you're running hard like that with your back to the infield and your head's bouncing around and that ball's moving around, and he's able to make that catch. It was just incredible. So pitching and defense wins games. The offense will come and go. That's not any mystery. Everybody that follows the game knows that. But you know, and that's every team, you know. And you know, the San Francisco Giants have not pitched well. They have not defended well, and that's why they're having such a tough time.
Yeah, that's it. They're surprising. They're in the National League. They're the surprise, and the Tigers in the American League are the surprise at how rough that it has been for them. And
yeah, you look at that Giants lineup. I mean, the top of that order, the first 5 or 6. I mean, there's a lot of all-stars there, you know, and so Willie's starting to swing the bat. And they got a Rise, who I love watching that guy hit. I mean, he does not strike out. I mean, you saw him yesterday when he got 2 strikes on him, and he is like saying, I'm not striking out. I'm putting the ball in play. I don't care what happens. And you don't see guys doing that these days.
No, he reminds me of Tony Gwynn.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Just
amazing.
His bats are incredible.
He's a great hitter.
And Rock, this 4-game series marks the return of one of our favorites, Willy Adames. Fun watching him play for the other side. He had a grand slam on Sunday, which we don't want to see this week, but it is fun seeing Willie in the building, isn't it?
Yeah, I did not go up and talk to Willie yesterday because it was like a big homecoming for him. Everybody and their brother was over there talking with Willie. Today is my day. I'll get a hold of him, you know, during batting practice for you know, the Giants, and have a nice chat, shake his hand, give him a man hug, because you know what he did for this organization is, you know, really great. I mean, without Willy Adames, I don't think that those years that he was with the Brewers, they had the seasons that they had, and you know, the big home run seasons, and just the smile on his face, and the fact that he wants to play every single day. I mean, he's the kind of a guy that if you come to the ballpark with your kid, watch this guy play, watch the look on his face, watch the way he loves the game of baseball. And I have nothing but unbelievable respect for Willy Adames.
That is A1 right there, Rock, is he plays the game with the kind of joy you should play the game with, because you play better when you're having fun. And I don't know that it can be understated the kind of trade that was, because wasn't in like the middle of May, the Brewers were kind of scuffling, and he really turned it around from the vibe and the offensive production. One of the better trades that you wouldn't think of in the Brewers' history, probably.
Yeah, he was kind of floundering over there with Tampa, right? I mean, they had this young kid, the shortstop that they brought up, and and then there was an opportunity for the Brewers to pick him up, and wasn't a lot of fanfare with that deal. It wasn't like the Sabathia deal, but he came over here and right away he made an impact, both in the clubhouse and on the field, and with the home runs and the clutch hits and things like that, and the things that he did in the community. I mean, he's just a top-notch individual. I think that he would be like that regardless of what he did for a living. I mean, you just can't fake the enthusiasm that Willie Adames brings to the ballpark every day. It's real.
Yeah, definitely. It's fun to have him back in town. Rock, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. It's great having you back in the chair, and we'll be watching tonight.
All right, guys. Well, looking forward to it, and hopefully Pablo Sanchez is able to get us 7 more runs.
That'd be amazing. You better not come into that booth because I don't know how on earth that head's going to fit. I mean, he's going to knock over all the catering if he tries to go in the booth.
Yeah, well, I have a tough time getting mine in there, so I can imagine that.
Classic. Thanks, Rock.
All right, guys.
All right, Bill Schroeder, Brewers TV. Always good to catch up with Rock. Hey, Bill Schroeder's a father. All three of us are fathers. Father's Day is approaching, and if you're in the market, we got you covered. Take care of Dad. Father's Day, an Iron Jock. IronJOC.com. Paulie Hansen's got some bundles for you. Performance t-shirt, low-cut socks, $35. Polo and a cap for $65 to have him look sharp at the golf course. Or the all-new lightweight hoodie and joggers. That's a whole outfit for Dad. Make him look cool for $100. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at IronJOC.com. The Admirals also doubling up. Father's Day, they have a deal for $49. Dad can get 2 ticket vouchers to an Admirals game, a home game in October, November, or December of the 2026-27 season, plus your choice of an Admirals hat. So check it out. You can have these tickets shipped, or you can pick them up at the Admirals offices between Monday and Thursday from 9 to 5. So MilwaukeeAdmirals.com and IronJOC.com. We've just finished your Father's Day shopping for you. On to the next.
There you go. See, we're going to make it easy for you. Dad tries to make everything easy. We'll make it easy for you to help out Dad.
And if you really want to go above and beyond, you can throw in some Happy Place hemp. We'll tell you about the discount you're going to get there with the Wake and Bake story. That's next. You're in the Huddle, Fox Sports Radio, Wisconsin. Time to close up shop here. Tuesday edition of the Huddle. Drew, Billy, Armen. Going to have some Summerfest tickets for you to give away. Not yet, but soon. 877-794-1973, NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. We will have a caller number for you in just a little bit. Got some loose ends to close up, including me telling you about Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, the injury report, Quinn Priester, not great. Brandon Woodruff coming back. The Rob Zastrizny back from injury.
Man, any of them that you can get back is going to be big because they need some leverage arms, Drew. I mean, like, as much as their starting rotation's been phenomenal, you need a couple of these guys to be back to be some rubber arms like Ashby.
And Jared Koenig, if he could come back.
Big time.
Like in his role. They need, you're right, one or two bullpen arms for sure, and some thump on the left side of the infield for sure. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, orthowisconsin.com, world-class care right here at home. Check out the clinics. Check them out at orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Just ask my hip, and I will tell you that there is.
And I can tell you as somebody that watched the hip, there is a big difference. There's a big difference.
Time for a little wake and bake story. Hey, pain relief, sleep aids, happyplacehemp.com's got you covered. Drift seltzer, recreational or medicinal. They got it all. Happyplacehemp.com, best CBD products you'll find anywhere. Buy them at a discount, 25% off with the code HUDDLE, and you'll get free shipping. Billy, what you got for a wake and bake today?
So I don't necessarily know. Well, actually, I'm going to say this. I'm going to doubt that Jonathan Lucroy has gone to happyplacehemp.com and used promo code HUDDLE. Probably should if he wants 25% off. 25% off and free shipping. It'd be a good call. It'd be a good idea.
Did he say something? Because I'm can't get on Twitter
that's
now.
right. You're blocked from Twitter.
I'm still hacked.
He has apologized for his reaction to the Uribe.
He has apologized for his statements in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 paragraph essay.
ChatGPT, please
online.
write an apology to Brewers fans and Christian
in which he said, I want to make a public statement that I very clearly misspoke. Not I was wrong. I misspoke. And was wrong for saying that a statement of the lack of veteran leadership. Yelly and Woody are leaders of that clubhouse, and they're both legendary Brewers and represent themselves, the Brewers, and the community very well. They had a ton of success and are very respected amongst the players and the league as a whole. This is the part that made me feel like you might want to pop a gummy or grab a drift seltzer and enjoy it. I reached out to Murph, Yelly, and Woody and conveyed my apologies to them for disrespecting them. In no way did I mean for that to happen. However, I was clearly wrong, and I did a terrible job of conveying my thoughts using the words I did. Being a distraction of the team is the last thing I want to be. I want nothing but success and championships for this team, city, and the Brewers organization. Jeez. Luke, I appreciate it, man. Hey, round of applause.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact you think that they cared that much.
Do you think that when he called them, or if he did, you think when he called them, they were like, "Oh, what are you talking about, Luke?"
Oh, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Now he
misspoke, by the way. Actually, the ChatGPT said what he didn't mean to say, and he just clicked. I'm sorry. It just doesn't seem like
Jonathan Lucroy has been posting a lot of tweets lately, and a lot of them that Armen Sarian is wondering if there's maybe a certain maybe ghostwriter behind a certain amount of some of them.
Hey, maybe you should tell this this intellectual fraud idiot, nerd hacker that got my Twitter account that you should probably go after something like that. It probably gives you a little more equity. Might as well, if you're going to hack somebody's, you might as well get his, because I don't know if he's really writing these tweets, Billy. I don't like to assume it, but I think it's getting easier to spot ChatGPT now, and it's a little bit maybe of that, but I don't know.
Drew,
it's just my opinion.
I have one of my favorite things to talk about is this fact that we have a lot of in this world some main character syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
There's a pretty impressive main character syndrome thinking that those boys cared at all about his tweet last week saying that there's not a veteran leader in that clubhouse. That is an incredible amount of self-importance that Jonathan Lucroy was able to put on it. But hey, good on you, Luke. You stepped in it. Go and apologize for it, or have somebody apologize.
He saw the reaction from Burr fans like, "Oh boy, I don't want this."
Oh man!
Oh whoops, I don't want.
Wait,
this.
what happened? What did I say wrong? What happened?
Maybe I didn't tap into the culture correctly, which is all that is anyway. Let's be honest.
Maybe not. Brewers and Giants tonight. Happyplacehemp.com, 25% off. Use the code HUDDLE. The only code that still works. Free shipping as well. Tomorrow we'll have Hot Take Hump Day for you. The usual shenanigans. We'll talk Brewers. We'll have a hockey game to talk about and an NBA Finals game to preview.
Let's go Knights. Get a big one here tonight. Started out by taking the Caniacs to church.
You're down with Vegas tonight. Rolling deep. Love it.
Rolling
Love
deep.
it.
Come on, Knights. Let's go. Second cup.
We'll see you at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Peace.